All right, everyone. Welcome to the
Hello
draft
there.
overview. Welcome to the
Hi
draft
guys.
overview. Oh God,
Let's see,
I
let's
had
see,
an
let's
echo
see.
because I forgot to fucking.
Did you not
I
mute the
did. I
stream
forgot
on
to
your
mute
phone?
the stream on my fucking
For
computer.
fuck's sake, man.
It's okay. We're good. We're good. All right.
All right,
So I am
let's
joined
get straight
today
into it, right?
by Stoyn.
Hi there, guys. I'm also participating in the league, but you'll see my team in just a bit. I think it's gonna be one of the later teams that you'll see.
I do believe, but we are gonna
It
go.
is, yeah, it's one
Go
of the
ahead.
last ones.
Yeah, we're gonna go in order from top to bottom, left to right, talking about everyone's team. We got 14 teams to get through, so let's fucking get down to it. All right, starting off with Dramatic Wine with the Stuck Like Goomies. Let's see.
Oh,
What do we got here? Darkrai, Palafin, Dragonite, Breloom, Raikou, Terra Captain Cerulege, Fortress,
that's a
Pheasantipity,
solid
Articuno.
one.
It's a solid team.
Yeah, right off the bat, the core is actually really good, right?
Oh yeah.
Really fast core as well.
There's a nice water fire grass core in Palafin, Breloom, and Cerulege. And then we have a where did I see it? We have a fighting psychic and dark core in Darkrai, Breloom, and Galarian Articuno, which is also really nice. It's a very offensive team.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a lot of like defensive support to back it up, but I think if you're ready to play hyper offense, then this team could be really fucking dangerous.
I agree.
Can
There's
I
a
curse, by the way?
yes.
Okay, okay. All right.
Just keep the cursing PG-13. Don't drop the C bomb.
I would never.
uh,
We'll be fine.
we'll be alright. It's not like we're monetized. I don't give a shit.
Oh, then never good.
Yeah, we're good. All right. So, what glaring weaknesses do we see in this team? Obviously, there's not a lot of bulk.
Yep, that's true. Well, some months could be fine. Darkrai is fast enough to not really get hit that hard.
True.
If you can get if you can put mons to sleep. Dragonite has multi-skill, which is nice. Or is it called multi-skill?
Multi-scale, yeah. You can also
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
also do a bulky Palafin build.
Yup, that really tanks a hit. That's true.
Especially with bulk up.
Articuno as a Articuno as a Terra captain,
I
it can
really
leave a hit,
like
and then
I
once it sets up,
yeah, I agree. I really like Galarian
yeah,
Articuno as a Terra Captain. Um,
it's really solid.
it's
Yeah.
really solid. The typings, we've got Psychic, Fighting, and Fairy. Fairy Fairy's just a good overall type. I know she originally wanted to do Terra Steel, and I think that would have been fantastic too, but she only has one other fairy type in Pheasantipity, so I think doubling down on having at least a backup fairy type was pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe you could have swapped around the fighting for the steel
Ah,
because she also only has Alolan Dugtrio. But oh no, wait, she has Fortress as well. Ah, maybe yeah, fighting can work really well as a more offensive Terra typing too.
oh yeah, it gets rid of those pesky dark types.
Yep,
I
exactly.
mean, so does Fairy, but it's kind of a gamble on what she gonna do. Is she gonna go Fairy? Is she gonna go Fighting?
Yeah, and if they gamble wrong with their dark types and she shows up with Fairy, then they could
Yep.
really have a problem with it.
I really like the Terra Steel and Grass on Cerulege to make use of Flash Fire if she needs to.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. I didn't even notice that one yet.
And this
It's
team
gonna
has
be
a lot
really
of
great.
really good pivots, like Cerulege being with Flash Fire. If you have Fortress out, Fortress only has one weakness, like one major weakness,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
fire.
it's a big one though. Yeah,
You predict that, you switch into Cerulege, ding ding, game over.
exactly. Yeah, and also with weak armor, if you don't watch out for that, you can really get swept easily.
Yep. Pheasantipity being a grounded poison type is nice. Fortress being the only rapid spinner though, it's really slow and can anything else learn defog?
Nope, nope, not
No.
on their team.
So she
Only Fortress as a removal. But if we look at the other teams, well, we're gonna do that in a bit, but I don't think there's a lot of big hazard. Has gonna be a lot of big hazard problems, except for maybe Dallas with what's it called? The fucking Glimora with Glimora. But other
Yeah.
than that, should be fine, I believe.
I think
Because Fortress is a solid rapid spinner as well.
everybody has a couple of setters. Like we know Eternum has Don Fan. Um, Dave has Ting
There's
Lu and Cleavor.
Hammerrod is there as well somewhere, right?
Arachnid. Say what?
Hammerrod is there as well. On
Yeah,
Was
somebody
team,
has it.
yes, Hammerrod, yeah,
Yeah, so everybody at
and
least has a
Vikavolt
couple.
too. Oof,
Oh yeah.
oof, yeah, oof. That's gonna be a tough one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
Well, Fortress is a good spinner, but
it
still,
is.
just one.
Yeah, her team has a lot of synergies, a lot of pivots that she can switch into to cover her weakness as well. She just has to build the proper team, you know. I mean, that's the name of the game is building the proper team.
Yeah, well,
But this is a team where you click the funny button and you deal a lot of damage.
uh huh.
Pheasantipity
Now
with
that I'm
Toxic
looking at
Chain
it,
is crazy. It also has access to Technician.
it does, yeah. As a grounded poison type with the fairy combo with it, that's gonna be a really a solid mon to look out for if you play against her.
Oh yeah,
Also, now that I'm looking at it, the average speed is pretty fucking high actually. She has a fast team in
yeah.
general. It's well sorted out, but except for Fortress, nothing is below 70 base speed, which is pretty fast.
Including Zorua.
Yep, Zorua is 70.
Nice. Oh, nice.
I don't know if that one's gonna be put to use, but with Illusion, maybe you could play some tricks there.
You could do some funky things there. It's also the only normal type that she has. Her team has a
Yep.
decent weakness to Ghost. Not like it's crazy, but like Cerulege and Articuno having that Ghost weakness. At least having Zeraora there as a pivot is nice. But she also has a decent amount of resists. Darkrai resists it. I'm pretty sure Fortress resists Ghost. I could be mistaken. I don't know.
I don't think so because if I'm looking at I have her team in a prep sheet right now. If I'm looking at the resistances, there's Darkrai, but that's the only
It's
one
the only
except
one.
for yeah, Zorua has an immunity.
Right.
Um, Other than that, yeah, Ghost is gonna be tough because do you really want to bring in Zorua just to defend yourself against Ghost types?
Right.
I'm not too sure.
You really have to be hoping for more tech from Zoro on that one.
Yep. Another problem might be a glaring ground weakness. She does have two immunities though, which is great, but there's 4 months weak to ground. Cerulege can Terra though, so that problem is semi-solved, but still,
Yep.
should really watch out for that one.
Same with Doug Trio. It can Terra Water,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and she
I
has
forgot
she
about
has
Ductrio as a Terra
Palafin.
captain.
She has Palafin and Breloom to deal with pesky ground types as well. So like she has answers to it. It's just
Yep.
you got to be real here. It's so hard to avoid a ground or rock weakness in a team.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
really
That's
hard.
it's gonna show up eventually.
It's gonna show up eventually. Yep.
But if you see that your opponent has a really big ground type mon, you just bring some counters, right? Like you said, Palafin, Breloom. Maybe you can put the ground mon to sleep, and then you're going crazy.
Yeah, and she does have two sleepers here. She has Darkrai and she has Breloom with Spore.
Yep.
Like obviously Sleep Clause is into effect, but if she's running Darkrai with what's his fucking move? Dark Void or
Uh,
whatever.
yeah, it's Dark Void. You're
You
right.
can run that, you can put him to sleep, but you can also have Effect Spore from Breloom. And Effect Spore gets around the Sleep Clause.
Really? Does
It
it?
yes, because you're only allowed to put one mon to sleep, not one mon being put to sleep via circumstance.
Ah.
So that's pretty nice
Yeah, and then that bad dreams of Darkrai can really start adding up if you get more than one to
if you
sleep.
get more than one.
That
Yep,
would be. Mhm.
it's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a scary combo you got right there.
I agree. Let's see. Is there any other core? Oh, she has three cores in this team.
What's the third one?
She has the fantasy core. She has Fortress with Steel, she has Pheasantipity with Fairy, and she has Dragon and Dragonite.
Oh yeah,
This team is
she
fucking
does. Wow,
stacked. Yeah.
you can really get great synergy going on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's rough to prep for as well.
Anything else to point out
Oh,
on her
I
team before we move along?
I think we got everything right.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's looking really, really solid. Hard to prep for because there's a lot of synergy.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, looking
Moving
great.
on to Eternum's team, the Cerulean
Ooh, this one.
Pacenians.
Yeah, I'm scared to play this one. Do I play him actually? Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna check that.
For sure. So let's see, what cores do we have right out the gate? Obviously based on just typing. We have There's a fantasy core here. We have Iron Valiant being a fairy type. We have Tinkaton being a steel type, obviously also a fairy type as well. And we have Latios being a dragon type. So there's one fantasy core there. We have Ogerpon Wellspring being a grass type. We have Alomomola being a water type. And we have Chi-Yu being a fire type. So there's two really solid cores there. A really fast spinner in Regieleki, but you also have Donphan as well. That
Yeah,
one, that having multiple
that's
spinners is
actually
nice.
not gonna be a problem.
Nope. And he has Driftblim to block other spinners as well. I'm
Yeah, and
really
maybe
excited.
Venomoth with the Terra Ghost
Oh
could
yeah, yeah,
block it
yeah, yeah.
if needed.
Terra Ghost is such an interesting type for Venomoth.
Well, I think he generally mentioned that it was for the was to block spinners if he doesn't want to
Bring
bring Driftblim.
Driftblim. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I think he mentioned that in the server.
This is a very mixed team. You have a lot of crazy hyper offense and things like Iron Valiant, Chi-Yu, Ogerpon, um,
Yeah, how
Regieleki, but then you have Bulk, you have Donphan, you have Alomomola, you have
Alomomola.
Tinkaton, you have Driftblim. And Alomomola is just a fucking menace. And that thing, that thing is disgusting. It can just
Yeah,
pivot and
it
keep
doesn't
pivoting.
die.
It does not die.
It's the worst. I hate it.
Stupid
Yeah, this
fish.
team is looking I think it's one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the top teams out there. Well, at least it looks like it from
Yeah.
a first eye perspective.
And
Because how do you prep against that top four combo?
their top three are also a core in and of itself.
Yep, with
You have
Fairy,
no, not
Dark,
even
and or no,
psychic fighting in
fighting.
dark. Yeah, Iron Valiant's also a
I,
psychic type. Chi-Yu's dark, Latios is psychic. And those are
is it
three.
psychic?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's Fairy fighting.
No, no,
Iron
no, no,
Valiant.
no. The oh, you were talking about Iron Valiant. I thought you were talking about the core. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. Iron Valiant is fairy fighting, but the core is fighting dark and psychic.
Like that. Yeah, it's I really don't know what to do against it. I fight him week 8, and I'm not looking forward to it at
you
all.
you have all of draft to figure it out.
Yeah, you would say so, but I know he's gonna figure his team out by week 8. You start knowing the text more and more and more, and then it's gonna be really scary.
All right, the person commenting in the Twitch, your username doesn't match anybody in the league. Who are you? But they said you don't prep,
You
you
pray,
pray.
you pray.
Capitalize on that pray. That's funny.
I'm putting I'm putting his team into a prep sheet right now to see if there's any type weaknesses that I'm
Glaring.
not noticing at
Oh,
right off
it's
the bat.
TBL. What up, TBL? Thanks for joining us.
Aha!
Shit, how many viewers do we got right now? We got 7 views.
7?
Let's
Oh
go. That's pretty
wow!
big.
Yeah, everyone's excited.
Forgetting your name is big, man. You shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna let you do that really quick. I forgot to grab a water, and if I'm gonna be talking this much, I need a water. So I will be right back. Go ahead and carry on.
That makes sense. Yeah, I have his team into the prep sheet right now. Please let there be some weaknesses. Flying not really, because there's 2 resistances. We got ground with 2 immunities. Oh man. Ice, also 3 resistances. Ooh, no, rock not either. Damn, this team really covers everything. What do you do against it? It's really, really fast in general, but then you got Danfren and Alomola at those lower speed tiers. they might be able to force something out because 65 is for Alamomola. It can outspeed some of those lower tiers. Um, Maybe Trick Room is the way to go against this, but yeah, Donphan is good in Trick Room. Uh, I'm not seeing any way to really counter Trick Room. Like, is there an
I
Imprison
don't
somewhere that
know.
I'm missing?
I don't know if you want to put fucking Driftblim in a trick room though,
Why not?
because
What am I missing?
like okay, like if you were to bring trick room against this team, Driftblim. The one caveat that Driftblim has is he's not that fast.
Well, yeah, the base speed 80. Yeah, it can be slow, but like really slow mons are always gonna be slower, right?
True, true. I guess in Trick Room there is a nice middle ground with Driftblim. He's probably
Yeah.
he's gonna outspeed some things but not outspeed others, and same with regular without Trick Room he's gonna outspeed some things and get outsped by others.
Yeah, other than Trick Room, I really don't see a good way to counter it other than just playing really well yourself. But
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be on your A game to do that.
Oh yeah. This is a very scary team. It's very mixed, which I really like. Like a lot of times you'll see people go heavy into Trick Room, heavy into hyper offense, heavy
Yeah,
into heavy
this
into
is a bit of
defense.
everything.
This is well rounded for sure.
You know,
For
Venomoth
sure.
had I didn't know Venomoth had shield dust actually. That's also
Yeah,
nice to have.
shield dust is gross.
Yeah, this is looking scary. He also won his first match already, 4-0.
As Wad just said, Aloe exists.
Yeah. Yeah, Donphan too. Like, I do not want to face this. Glad I still have a couple of weeks left, but god damn.
Yeah,
This team, I think this is one of the top ones.
I
If I
agree.
look at it on
This
first
is
sight,
this is
this is a
scary.
really, really scary one.
Are you uh, are
So
you
fast.
making are you making notes on the? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we are going to be doing a power rankings after this, and it's not the whole point of the power ranking isn't to say oh this team's the best, this team's the worst. It's a gauge, because at the end of the day, I want you to prove me wrong. If we rank you on the bottom of the power ranking and you win the whole tournament, turns out I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and
Yeah.
I love to see that.
It's also maybe if you rank some teams higher, they get a false confidence boost.
Right.
Just hope something like that pops out. But it's just a general overview of what we personally think of the teams and how well they're drafted together. It has nothing to say about how well the team will do because the player makes the team, not
Yes,
the team
sir.
itself.
Yes, sir. If Ash
But
Ketchum
this
taught me
one,
anything,
yeah, what did he teach you?
it's the player, not the team.
Go on. Uh huh.
Because Ash's team throughout most of the entire series is fucking dog water.
It's abysmal.
It's
He doesn't
abysmal,
evolve
and that
anything.
motherfucker just wins. He doesn't evolve anything. Evolve your damn water types, bro. They deserve it.
Nah, I'd rather keep Squirtle. Fuck off. Fuck off.
I
Yeah,
think
but like, yeah, go ahead.
I think Ash got jilted. He evolved Charizard and it never listened to him, and he was like, "Nah, fuck this. I'm never doing that again."
Don't want to do that. But like these top five mons are all 100 base speed or above.
Yeah.
That is rock solid. What Eternum himself said in the chat. Sarah Aleki 2. We should have banned that thing, man. What are we doing?
We're suspect testing.
Yeah, well, the the first change are gonna be after the draft league, so then we're too late. We're too late. He
That's
doesn't
true.
have Terra Ice though, but still water and grass.
Water and
Those
grass
are tough
does
ones.
does cover weaknesses, but however, like grass itself, it has one of the as a monotype, it has one of the most weaknesses in the game. I think it has the most weaknesses in the game.
Well, yeah,
Um,
but it's gonna be a situational thing, right?
it is.
I think mainly you use water, and then if there's a really big threat that you can take down with Terra Grass, then you bring that one. It's mainly gonna be offensive. I don't think you Terra defensively with Grass, and definitely not on a Lecky.
I don't think you
Venomod
you don't
also.
really Terra defensively with Lecky at all. Like Yes, those types are defensive to negate the ground weakness, but Terra Blast Water and Terra Blast Grass, especially Grass, there's not a lot of common offense in Grass. Like, you're not going to see a lot of Solar
Not
Beams, you're
really.
not going to see a lot of Leaf Blades. You'll see them once in a while, but having access to Regieleki's stats with Terra Blast, fucking nutty.
Let me look up his stats actually, because I know it's fast, but what else?
It's stupid squishy. He has pretty good special attack, though.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, special attack. One, oh, the base attack and special attack are the same, but it's mainly special attacker, isn't it? Does it get any physical
Yeah,
moves?
I mean, outside of probably like Wild Charge, it doesn't really get any nice
Uh,
electric moves. That's the thing about electric types, man, is like physical electric types are at such a huge disadvantage because you either have Thunder Fang, which is pretty decent, Thunder Punch, which is decent, but then the only good moves that you have aren't even that good because they have such a huge drawback. You have Wild Charge, which does recoil damage. You have the new one, Supercell Slam, which if it misses, say bye bye to half your HP.
yeah, that's just bye bye for Lecky because it's squishy as fuck.
He said Terra Grass is mostly for your Rhyperior.
What do you mean? Who the fuck does that?
A
We
Turnum,
face each other
apparently.
in week 8. Why do you have that Terra Grass now? That doesn't make any sense.
He's ready. He's prepared.
Yo, well,
That's
maybe
funny.
I shouldn't say this, but I am not ready yet.
You got 2 months to
This,
figure it out.
yeah, you think by that time I should figure out something, right?
One can hope.
One can only pray.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
prep, you
this team
play.
is solid. You
I
should just pray.
I agree with what Wah said. Wild Charge should be base power 120 and be like Flare Blitz with a chance to para. That would be fucking solid. Wild Charge would see a lot more use if it was. But no, what, base power 90? What the fuck are you going to do with base power 90?
Yeah, yeah. At that point, just take Supercell Slam, right? And 5% chance to miss, okay, but yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
extra base
it really
power.
sucks when someone switches into a ground type and you take half your HP anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't click it if there's a ground type,
you,
right?
you you
Well,
try
maybe.
not to.
It does get really tricky though. It does also get Electro Web, which is just annoying.
Yeah, especially with that speed. Especially with that speed.
Yeah,
All right, let's move on, shall we? Unless you have anything else to add.
I don't. It's scary. I don't want to face it. It's looking good. That's all there is to say, I think. Looking really fucking solid. Next one. What's the next one? Let me get it into the prep sheet while you're
Next one
doing the
is
general overview.
Dave with the fancy Puku
Oh,
Mukus. Say that 10
the
times fast.
the fancy Puku Mukus.
I fucking hate that Pokemon. Like,
What do
I,
you mean? It's cute. What? Stop hating.
yes, you're right. It's
It's
cute. But then
it's
you look at its
cute.
move set and you're like, or you look at its stats and you're like, okay, I can work with this. And then you look at its moves and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you have to say its name? There
Who
is
the
no
fuck even
reason.
looks at Puku Muku stats? What can that thing do? I've never looked at it before in my
It can
life. I think
set
it's a great mascot, but that's where it stops.
it can set electric terrain.
Pinchuring or Pinkurin. I
Oh
don't know.
fuck, you're right. It's not even Pukumuku that can do it. You're right. So yeah, see, I'm retarded. Don't listen to me.
You were talking about what is it? Pinkurin, Pinchurin?
Pincurchin, yeah.
Yeah, fair
Fuck.
enough.
See, I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't have to watch the stream anymore. I'm an idiot. But Pukumuku does have tech. Oh yeah, see, someone literally just said that. Pukumuku does have tech. Like it has, but that's about it. It's not going to hit like a train. It's not going to survive much. But if you don't know how to
Is it?
prep into it,
It's not fast, is it?
no,
I don't know.
no.
Nah,
But
nah. Okay.
also, it's not on his team, so we don't have to talk about it.
Let's get to the actual
Let's get
team
to
then.
the actual team. This is a bulky fuck you team.
Yep, I was thinking the
Um,
same when I saw it
what
first time.
cores do we have? We have fire, water, grass with gouging fire, rotom, and chestnut.
Chestnut.
We
Yeah, that's solid.
have. Is there a? We have Iron
Uh,
Jugulus is flying dark. Okay, so we have dark,
yeah.
with Jugulus. We have Fighting with either Lucario or Chestnut. And then you have Fairy with Hatterene.
Yep. Oh, Hatterene is really solid too. I
Hatterene
hate
is
it.
really solid.
He also gets access to Sticky Whip with a Raconid. It's
Yep.
always gonna get off because a Raconid is bulky enough to lift something.
And there's also the Fighting Dark Psychic team core again. So far, all the teams we've named have had the three biggest typing cores, and that's really good. Good on you guys for doing that, but also fuck the people that have to prep against that.
Well, if everyone has it, then everyone has to prep against it as well,
True,
right?
that's true. Yeah,
First thing
this
I'm noticing though, this team is really slow, and I believe Hatterene gets Trick Room.
Hatterene does get
If I'm
Trick
not
Room.
wrong. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. This is a solid Trick Room team. Gouging Fires, just set up in your face, fuck you, deal
Quite
with it type of Pokemon.
shoot first, ask questions later. But the thing is, he doesn't even need that thing in Trick Room. Like he can have that. He can build an entire Trick Room team, bring Gouging Fire, who will
and,
do well in Trick
and
Room. But the moment Trick Room goes away, I'm gonna start clicking
D-Dance.
Dragon Dance.
Yep. Mm. Yeah, and it's so bulky, like it's just gonna set up, and then if you don't para that thing, then good luck, I suppose. Yeah. What else are you gonna do?
And fucking
Um,
I'm pretty sure Araquanid has access to sticky webs.
it does,
Yep.
definitely,
So that that'll
100%.
that'll help with your team. Hi, Cat. What's up?
I thought it was Shay for a second in the background.
No, she's at work.
Ah,
No,
on a Sunday.
yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, this team is scary. Like it's
Yeah, it really is.
the only Pokemon here that are really capable of being one shot is Cleavor and Chestnut.
Eh,
Actually, not
poo.
even Chestnut. Like you'd have to hit
I
Chestnut with a
wouldn't.
flying type. Like it has to be a flying type, or Chestnut's gonna live.
Yep, and then it can also really set up scarily. Does it get access to Leech Seed?
Chestnut, yes, he does.
And then with Spiky Shield, ugh,
Yup.
also it gets Bulletproof, which is really solid to switch into some projectile type mons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lucario is an interesting Terra Captain with Terra Flying and Terra Normal. Those are interesting types. Not the ones I would expect, but I can see why you would pick them.
Terra normal for extreme speed
Extreme
shenanigans.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yep. All three of his Terra Captains do have Terra Flying, though. I get it, like, for Iron Juggle. Oops. For Iron Juggle, is he had to. Well, we could have gone with Dark, maybe, but
But
I can see why you. Nah, yeah. Maybe just to keep that immunity to Prankster mons, but there's not that
I was gonna
many,
say
right?
either way you Terra, you're losing an immunity. You're losing immunity to Prankster, or you're losing or immunity to ground. And at this point, I'd rather have
Keep
the
ground.
immunity to ground. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Pachirisu is also really interesting. Let me look that one up
Oh,
because I know
Pachirisu's
it's good
crazy.
in it was good in VGC, but yeah, like who the fuck looks at it for
Emphasis on
singles?
was. That was 9 years ago, dog.
Hey, at least I know something about VGC, man. Shut up. That was one piece of info that I knew, and you busted it into the ground.
My bad, pimp.
What does Pachirisu get? It's pretty fast, frail. Ah, well, 90 special defense. Not too bad, not too bad. Nuzzle, annoying. The
Yeah, I mean, and Nuzzle helps with the speed tiers too.
yep,
If you can
yep. If
paralyze
you
the entire party, well, they're now slower than you. Have fun.
yeah, how many points was Pachirisu? Was it two, one, three?
I don't remember, and I could pull it up right here, but it would
I could check.
mess up the draft, or it would mess up the screen.
Where is the team? Pachirisu is a one pointer. Oh, that's a really solid one
That's a
pointer. Can
value
access the
pick.
T Wave, Encore. Can set up electric terrain, although I don't think he would want that. Um, Endeavor. Does it get Endure as
Ooh,
well? Endeavor Endure.
I mean,
Does it get that?
you don't even need an
It does get Endure.
an Endure has priority.
Does it?
It does.
Oof. Yeah, that could be some solid tech with that.
It could be some solid tech. That's funny.
Oof. Yeah, that's a solid one pointer actually. As a Terra captain, maybe with Terra flying, you cover for that ground move, then you just you paralyze everything, man. It's just an irritating man to play against.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Wheezing is also interesting with neutralizing gas. Could do something funny with that.
I was really wondering if Hatterene was going to be a Terra captain, because Terra Fire on Hatterene is disgusting with Mystical Fire, and it has 135
Yep.
special attack. Holy shit.
It has what? Why does
It
it has
it
135?
has
That what?
135 special attack. Dude, Hatterene hits like a fucking drain. That Draining Kiss that normally doesn't do much, it does a lot for Hatterene.
That is a demon in Trick Room with
It
29 base
is.
speed.
It
Nothing is
is.
slower.
Nope.
Goddamn. Magic Bounce is the
Yeah.
worst to play against.
Hits like a train and has a good amount of tech behind it. It's a really hard mon
Yeah.
to prep for.
Psychic Fairy, good typing too.
Great typing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
If I'm looking at the weaknesses, I was looking at Brock, but then no, because he has three resistances. What else do we got? Ice, also three resistances. Ground, the three immunities. What? Iron Jugulus is one.
Iron
Who else?
Jugulus, Rotom Wash, and Weezing has Levitate.
Wheezing has Levitate. It does, yeah. But I
So,
don't know. Do you want to bring Levitate every time on Wheezing? Because neutralizing gas is really interesting too.
oh, I forget that regular Weezing also has neutralizing gas. I'm so used to that being
Yeah.
Galarian Weezing's thing.
Nah, well, this can really work. I think I've drafted Wheezing sometime before too, and you can bring some awesome text, but it's bulky as fuck too. It has access to some annoying
I know how we were just talking about the fact that ground is really hard to to go around, but like you covered this really well. You said fuck it,
yeah,
earthquake. I'm not dying to earthquake.
it's not gonna be bothered. And then he has three Terra flying as well.
Yep.
Well, Iron Juggle is okay, but still, yeah, this is he is not bothered by EQs at all.
No, not at all.
Fighting has good immunities. Fairy, I'm looking at is gonna be the main issue. There's three weaknesses, only one resistance. But yeah, how many really hard hitting fairy types are there? Not a lot. So most of the time should be fine, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, this is looking solid.
my monitor
What?
just fucking turned off.
What do you mean?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
the stream is still going though.
I know.
Your mouse is still moving.
Oh, we're back. That was weird. Yeah, it just fucking turned off for a split second.
Oh well, if we're back on track.
We're back
Yeah,
on track.
like being said in the chat, Moonblast do hit his team very hard.
Yes.
You get Wheezing with the poison type, but yeah, it's not bad. It's quite bulky, but you don't really hit it back that hard.
No.
Yeah, Fairy is gonna be an issue, but other than that, Dunsparce with Serene Grace is absolutely awful. Well, no, it's
It
good.
is.
Don't get me wrong, but I hate it. Because
This.
Eviolite, it's bulky as shit, and you paralyze everything. It's the worst.
I'm gonna say this
So
right
yeah,
now because I don't think it gets utilized enough. Knock off, knock off, knock off, knock off.
yeah, but no, okay, no, I'm not gonna spoil my own team yet, but yeah, knockoff. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Knockoff is crippling in draft. It's great in. I mean, it's always a good move, but in draft, knockoff is so fucking crippling because a lot of the times
Yeah,
you're not bringing the meta item. You're not bringing it because that's the way to build it. You're bringing it because you're like, I need this to do this, and if you get rid of
yep,
that, have fun.
you're. Yep. Does he get a lot of knockoff himself though? Chestnut and Juggler gets knockoff. Huh? I don't know if you're gonna use that, but I mean you could. But there's a
uh,
lot of status conditions that he can
Jugulus
put on with this.
Jugulus has good offensive capabilities, but I've always thought of it as more of a tech inducing mon. So running knockoff on Jugulus would make more sense because you could also set Tailwind. You could just make Jugulus
Oh
a
yeah, right.
yeah. Jugulus could just be a
That's true.
which if he runs Tailwind, then he's up into the speed tiers now, so he can fucking hang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's so many status conditions to apply here. He's got fucking 5 ways to paralyze a mon. Two toxics, 2 will-o-wisps. He can put them to sleep with yawn. He has 6 ways to paralyze. I was forgetting glare. This is awful, and there's a lot of momentum buildup as well. Here, 3 U-turn users, 2 volt switches.
Yeah.
There's 3 baton passers. Yeah, he's
Who
just gonna fucking paralyze the entire team and then set up with
who else
gouging
has
fire, and
who
you're
else has
done.
Volt Switch? Obviously Rotom Jugulus?
Pachirisu.
Oh, Pachirisu. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Well,
lie.
Pachirisu is also the U-turn user, but still, if your opponent has a lot of ground moves, maybe you want to bring in that U-turn instead of the volt switch.
Yep. Or if they have like a lot of dark types or grass types or shit like that. U-turn
Yep.
definitely. And I love U-turn because it's one of those moves that like you can kill a
Can never do wrong.
yeah,
Oh,
and you can.
go ahead.
Well, the nice thing about U-turn on like obviously probably not on Pokemon like Pachirisu, but if you were to have like obviously this isn't how this works out, so I'm gonna say something that's not true. But like if Rotom Wash had U-turn, because you could definitely run a choice spec set on Rotom Wash, but you would want to
You
use
can, yeah.
you could use U-turn to not give away the fact that you're spec. I
Yeah.
love U-turn. U-turn
Yeah,
is such a
well,
great move.
yeah, there's nothing to do against it, always some free chip. And okay, this is not applicable to this team, but like U-turn on mons like Meowscarada really put in some work. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
actually does solid chip damage. It's a
Yep.
great move.
Which
One
is
thing I'm
which is
noticing about
also
this team
funny
though,
because you
this
can use U-turn on a Pokemon like Meowscarada and kill it. And
yep,
dying to
yep.
U-turn does not feel great.
Nope, it's really awful. There's a lot of well, a lot. There's some hazards in there as well, obviously with Cleavor. You get
Did
with
anybody
Araquanid you get
draft Garganackle? I don't think anybody drafted Garganackle this season, Wah.
I don't think so. I can check. One
I
second.
don't think they did.
Was it a 10 pointer
10 or
or
11.
11? Yeah, 11. Yeah, Gorgonekal is not drafted.
That's fucking
It,
wild.
yep, potential FA trade coming up next week for someone. Um, One other thing I was noticing though, which could really be difficult for this team, is there's only one hazard removal in Cleavor with Defog. But Defog
Ooh,
also
yeah.
gets rid of his own Stealth Rock, so that
Yep.
might be
It's a
an
little
issue.
counterintuitive there.
Yeah,
But he has a
but
lot
do a
of
lot of his mons really hate? Well, yeah, Jugulus, gouging. Yeah, that might be an issue there, but
could be an
it's the
issue.
only one I'm noticing.
But it's still a really strong team. All right.
Definitely, yeah.
Moving on to the next. We got
Who is it?
Sukunam with the Las Vegas Raikus.
Okay, okay, go on. I'm putting it into the prep sheet.
All right, let's look for cores here. What do we got? We have.
Oh, great Tuscan Greninja is nutty.
It is. We have a Firewater Grass core in Moltres, Greninja, and Sinistcha. We have a.
Fighting Fairy Steel.
It's Dragon Fairy Steel is that core. He doesn't have
Why
that.
why not fighting? Fighting takes steel, steel takes fairy, fairy takes fighting.
Yeah, right. I could see that.
I used to run that one. He has Tusk with the fighting, Clefable Fairy, and then Hisuian and Gudra. He does have a dragon, right? Is Hisuian and Gudra Dragon Steel?
Oh
If
yes,
I'm not wrong.
I didn't even see the Gudra. Yes, so he does have the fantasy core.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
gross.
Moltres is pesky too.
Moltres is pesky. That
That
mon has
burn.
so much tech.
Yeah,
And it's got
and he's
decent bulk, and you can
Terra
just keep
Captain
roosting. And it's Terra Captain? Yeah.
with what? Ooh, ooh. Moltres, Sinstcha, Gudra. Squawkabilly is a scary Terra captain as well. Because what is it, like 2 points, 3 points, one? No, not 1 point, right? We wouldn't do something like that, or would we? I'm not. I'm not too sure. Let me check in a minute. Yeah, this team is looking solid.
Yeah,
Great
no,
Tusk is
he
amazing.
he also has every core.
Really.
Yeah, because he also has the fighting dark and psychic core in Great Tusk, Greninja, and Iron Boulder.
Iron Boulder. Oh, yes, Iron Boulder at the bottom.
Iron
Oh
Boulder at
my
the bottom,
goodness. I didn't see that one.
and that
Oof.
mon, the thing is fucking scary. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
it
so fast.
dies very
To
easy,
a
but the
wet
question
noodle,
is,
but
yeah, but like if you can land the hits that you need to hit with Iron Boulder, you're going to be KOing things left, right, and
yep.
center.
Yeah, his speed is really, really well balanced. He got a couple of really fast ones with Greninja, Raichu, Iron Boulder, obviously. Solid mid-speed tiers. Great Tusk is great at mid-speed because it's faster than 80. Some mons have 85, which should also outspeed if
And it has
necessary, and
rapid
it can
spin to
go.
close the gap.
Yup. Clefable, really solid with Unaware or Magic Guard, both options. This is looking great as well. If I'm looking at the moves,
So
yeah,
far,
of
all these
course.
teams have been really good.
Yeah, we've got some solid
This,
players
I
right
think,
here,
I
man.
think this is our most techie team that we've covered so far. You have Toxapex, you have Squawkabilly, you have Sinistra, you have Moltres, you have Clefable.
Yeah, there's really a lot of options that you have
There's a
over here.
lot of options.
Sinistcha, I'm not too sure how Sinistcha plays. I've never used it before,
In singles,
but
I'm not too sure, but I know the thing is a menace in doubles.
what it got access to, like what's it called, matcha gacha or something
Matcha
like that.
Gotcha, yeah, the burn move, yeah,
Yeah, that it also heals, right?
yep, and
Or am I wrong?
you can burn with Mold Trace. You've got
Ah,
status and things like Raichu and Toxapex. Yeah.
Toxapex has an infestation tech that you can do as well. With if
Um.
you poison or well toxic and an infestation, and then you just stall it out, there's nothing to do against that one. The generator is
Don't
fucking
don't gotta be
ugh on
don't gotta be
Toxapex.
spoiling my tech here, bro. I'm not even drafting, but that's I feel beholden to
Well,
that tech.
yeah, I've used it as well, and I know it's awful to go against because if you don't have a really hard hitter against Toxapex and you can't really take it out in 1 or 2 hits, you're fucked.
That's
You're
true.
just fucked.
I will say,
Yeah, this is looking good.
like Watt pointed out, this team doesn't have a whole lot of coverage. A lot of the mons on here, they don't. Their kits are very oriented to the types that they are, and they don't have a lot of
Yep.
excess coverage. Like
There is Greninja with protein though. I
there
think
is
that's the
Greninja
gonna be the
protein.
main. That's a good coverage, man, definitely.
It
But other
is.
than that, I don't know about Sinistcha or Gudra, what they really get. Boulder is, yeah, no, it doesn't really get a lot of coverage.
No.
That's a good one to point out. But there's a lot of text you can run with it, like Great Tusk with multiple different boosters. There's a lot of options there. Greninja is just solid
Yeah.
along the way.
You could be an absolute
Clefable
monstrosity and run bulk up rapid spin
on Tusk.
on Tusk and then just spam
Yeah, that
headlock
one works.
rush.
That one works really, really well. There's also some eject button text with Tusk. Like, there's a lot of options with a lot of these mons. Iron Boulder's just gonna be a fast, heavy hitter. Try to hit it before you die because then you take it out because it's got the
Oh
fucking
yeah.
bulkiness of a
Oh, and like
of a
Eternum just pointed
fly.
out, Clefairy's also got some tech. I mean, that thing can run Blizzard and Fire Blast. Are you fucking kidding me?
Why does it get Blizzard? That doesn't make any sense.
I ran it. I
I
ran
didn't
it
know.
last season with Fire Blast
Really?
and Blizzard. Yeah, because I had a Sun team, so obviously Fire Blast was a
Oh
given.
yeah, you're
And
right.
then
You're right.
I had access to Chilling Reception for uh Blizzard. And let me tell you, I didn't do great that season, but I had a lot of fun with Clefable.
Yeah, it gets really a lot of. Wait, who in your team got chilling reception?
Slowking or Slowbro. It was one of the two. I don't remember
Ah,
which one I
you're
drafted.
right. You're right. You're right. I think it was slow, bro.
I think it was.
Actually,
No, it had to have been Slowking because Slowbro doesn't have Chilling Reception. It had to have either
but
been
didn't
Galarian
you?
Slowking or Galarian or regular Slowking.
Weren't you the one with Glowbro on your team?
Was
Or
I?
was that Dallas? Ah, well,
I don't
either
know. It doesn't
way.
matter. That was prior.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You also get static. Like, there's a lot of status conditions to apply
And
over here.
Squawkabilly is going to be really fun to prep or hard to prep for because you have access to all four forms. So, like, is he bringing the? God damn it! It's on the tip of my tongue.
What's the difference between the forms?
They have
I'm not
different abilities.
really.
Yes. Let me pull it up really quick.
I see Intimidate here. I think that's one that every form gets, no? Hustle.
Squawkabilly.
It can be scary if you're willing to gamble. Oh, both Guts and Sheer Force. Yeah, there's a
Guts and
lot of
sheer
options
force.
with
That's
Squawkabilly.
yes. That's yeah. Have fun.
How many points was Squawkabilly? Two. Damn, that's a solid low tier pick as well.
Solid low
We've
tier
seen quite
pick.
a bit of good low tier picks so far.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
if I'm
this
looking
is a
at the
very interesting
weaknesses,
team. It's very balanced. I do think it lacks a good amount of coverage though, but he has the coverage on the Mons themselves. So as long as he brings the right Mons to the fight, he can really pivot around things. Very nice.
yep. If I'm looking at the weaknesses right now, you would think electric, but he has two immunities, two resistances too. There's just like there's four weaknesses. Ground, obviously, but there's two immunities, so should be fine. You got some solid switchings. Although Moltres doesn't like to take a rock hit either, so most of the time your ground mons also get a rock type coverage.
No, but the thing does
So
have
that
Terra
might
Water,
be
which is
annoying.
nice.
Oh yeah, he does. Moltres is Terra Captain. Oof. That Moltres is such a good Terra Captain now that I'm thinking about it.
It
Goddamn.
is. It is.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this team.
Ice, maybe. Yeah, yeah, it's solid. It's really solid.
All right. On
Looking good.
to the next.
What do we got? Show me, show me, show
Bozy
me.
with the Celeston Clam Pearls.
Oh, Bosley. Yeah, you know he's gonna draft the Heat like last time as well.
And see,
Let me put it into the
if
dock.
you look at his team, you're like, there's a lot of interesting choices here. But Bozy makes very calculated decisions. Not when it comes to building his team, because he only takes 5 minutes to build it, but he builds solid teams in those 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't like he said he didn't mock either.
Nope.
But he knows these monsters though because last season he also had Porygon 2. Unfortunately, this time not as a Terra Captain because that thing was too good.
He was
Milotic he
disgusting.
used last year, last season. I think Rodon as well. Toadscruel, I'm not too sure.
And I
Who had
know
Kyurem?
he's Dallas.
Ah, blech.
I think Dallas had it. I know he's trying to prove a point with Kirim because he called for a ban on Kirim.
Did he?
A hardcore ban because that mod
Wow.
has like fucking 12 different sets that it can run, and it runs all 12 of those sets in OU to high capability. It's very hard to prep against, but
Mm,
typing wise, it's very easy to deal with if you can deal with it. So that's another reason. The reason why I let it slide was because I knew he was going to draft it this season, and if he has all this experience and expertise with it, I think. Oh no! Wow, he didn't want it to not have Terra. He wanted that thing to be straight up banned.
yeah, yeah. Like what? How many points was it? 18.
18 points.
Yeah, yeah. That's not. We're not gonna let that one slide as a Terra Captain. Definitely not.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Like, there's Kyurem is really versatile, but there's scarier things
There
on the
are.
board.
So we'll see how he does, and if he runs away with the season, then we ban Kyurem. But if he doesn't run away with the season, then we'd be like, well, here's what we got.
Well, he might still run away with the season, but that doesn't necessarily mean Kyurem has to go. Right? Depends on how well he uses it.
It depends on how well he
We'll
uses
see
it. I
about that
agree.
one.
Iron Crown. Okay, well, let's look at cores. We have
Dragon
Dragon
Fairy is
Fairy.
there.
There is Iron Crown a steel type?
Iron Crown is still psychic.
Yep.
Yes,
So
so we
okay.
got
So
Dragon
we got
Fairy
that.
Steel.
We got that core. We have
Um,
Fighting
Fighting Steel
Guard.
Fairy, if you want to look at that as a core, with Slitherwing, Mimikyu, and Crown. There's no dark types here.
No
So, ooh,
dark
that's gonna be rough
types.
against
That
pranksters.
is going to be rough against Prankster. He does have Terra Dark Arcanine.
You're right. I
I'm
haven't looked at
surprised we
Terra
didn't
Cups
see a
this week.
Terra Normal from Arcanine because he can also spam extreme speed.
Oh, he's a good one at that. I don't know. Is Terra Dark just for the immunity against Prankster? Because otherwise, I don't really see why. But being immune to Prankster is great. That
Being
would
immune,
make
yeah.
sense.
I'm also really interested to see how he uses Toad Scroll. It's a great Goldango counter, but outside of
Yep.
that, most of its tech comes from its status abilities, and you're gonna go last because of Mycelium Might. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, you can land that spore, but you're gonna take a hit first. I mean, you can use it on a switch in, which would be nice. I don't know. We'll see.
But
Toad Scroll's
yeah,
interesting.
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Mimikyu is
Y-
solid. Mimikyu is stupid solid. You can run that thing hyper offensive. You can run that thing with Curse and just whittle your opponents down.
yeah, with disguise, it's
Yep.
annoying because it's always gonna be able to set up in your face or
Yeah,
do
you basically
something
get a
that
free
you
Swords
don't want
Dance
it
every
to.
time.
Yep. He does know that Landorus can't use sheer force, right?
I hope so.
Well, he should. Yeah, he should. It's in the rules.
It is in the rules.
Like this team speed tier is incredibly close to each other in like the mid speed tier. Like everything is around 90, 100, somewhere in the 80s. Porygon 2 is the slowest one at 60, but other than that, the lowest is 81 on Milotic and Slitherwing, which is it can be handy because everything is around that mid speed tier, so you might outspeed some of the other ones that are close by your
Yep.
speed tier. But there's nothing outstandingly fast, uh, unless you try to use a scarf. There's nothing outstandingly slow if you want to go Trick Room, which I think he did last season a couple of times. Because doesn't Porygon get Trick Room, or was it something else?
I
I'm
know
not sure actually.
Mimikyu has it. Want
Ah,
to
there you
say
go.
Iron Crown also has it.
That's
Don't quote me on
yeah.
that.
Well, I can check right now. It's a psychic type, so it might have it. Iron Crown. Um, Trick Room. No Trick Room
No
for
Trick Room
Iron
from Iron
Crown.
Crown. Okay, yeah, I mean that makes
No Trick
sense.
Room. Yeah. Well, I don't think you would want to use Trick Room in this team because everything is like around mid speed. Fastest being Landorus with 101. It's not too fast,
Oh,
but it's definitely not slow either. 101 is handy to have it because it outspeeds all those base 100 bonds
TBL
if
did point out
necessary.
that Porygon 2 does have Trick Room.
Yeah, right. I thought so because I saw him running
I was
Trick
gonna say
Room a couple of
that's
times
probably how
last
he
season.
used it last season. Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know if you really want to run Trick Room. Milotic can be in it.
it
Yeah,
depends on
Milotic is a solid Mondo.
it
Does he?
depends
He
on the
doesn't have it
matchup.
as a Turret. Yep. Yep.
And I will say one of the
Uh,
mons that I'm really excited to see here is Rotom Mo. Obviously we know that Rotom Wash is the best, but
obviously.
in draft, I think all of the Rotoms, obviously with Wash being a tier above the rest, all of the Rotoms are really good in draft. It's a ground
Yeah, they're
immunity,
solid.
and they have pivot ability. They have really, with the exception of the flying one, they all have really powerful stab moves. I don't know why the fuck they didn't give Rotom Fan Hurricane.
Hurricane.
They
Yeah, I
should,
know. It's what's the best one
but
it gets? Air Slash?
it gets air slash. But with that being said, you can run paraflinch tech. So it's
I
still.
don't think someone drafted Fan
I
though,
don't think anyone
did
drafted
they?
fan.
I can see why. I wouldn't either. He has a solid rapid spinner with Toad Scroll, but it's the only one. A lot of status again. You got Spore, you got three T-Waves, you got four Will-O-Wisps. Yeah, that's tough. Um, a couple of momentum-based moves.
Imagine if Rotom Watch had an accurate water move.
Just gamble that thing, man. Hydro Pump. Just always
Oh,
believe you're gonna
you're
hit.
right. Hurricane was not in Gen 4, and that's when they came out. Good catch.
Yeah,
I
well,
didn't
well,
even think
well.
about that.
They
Imagine
could have.
having Scald.
Oh no,
Doesn't my
no!
Lodic
Don't
have
do that.
Scald now?
My Loadic does. My Loadic does, 100%.
Because
But don't give
I
that thing to
remember a
Rotom
lot
Wash.
of people were upset in Gen 9 when they were like, nobody has Scald anymore, LOL, except for Volcanion, LOL. And then they were like, we're gonna give
Yeah,
you
they
Scald
updated it.
back.
Yep. My Loadic has it. I'm 100% sure. I don't know who else got it back, but yeah, Milotic
Walking
is one
Wake
of them.
has Scald.
Wake has called.
Wake has Scald.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's really good that you mentioned that. I might want to use that in my next battle. I don't. I hope Tim is not watching this, or he's not gonna. Well, he can. He
Well,
can rewatch this, can't he?
we've got 11
Oh,
viewers, so there's
oh
only.
Lord! Oh,
Oh,
good
damn, we have
Lord!
11 viewers. Good shit, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Is
That's
there
exciting.
anything else we wanna cover about this team? Let's
Um,
look at the weaknesses, maybe.
yeah, let's look at
Fire.
weaknesses.
Yes. Fire immunity. Which fire immunity does he have? Uh,
Uh,
where am I missing it? He doesn't, right? Or am I blind? But the dog says he does. Fire immunity. Not on Curium, not on Crown, not on Porygon. No, no, no. Oh, Arcanine Flash Fire. I don't know if you want to bring that,
oh,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
It does
possibility.
have Flash Fire.
But other than that, 4 weaknesses, only 1 resistance to fire. So that is a type to look out for. For the rest, he has really solid coverage along the board. Ice, 4 times weaknesses, but also 3 resistances. What are the 4 times weaknesses? It's Lando, obvious one,
Lando and
and
Toadscroll.
Toadscroll.
Yep.
Yeah. That's might be rough, but for the along the line, he has some solid defenses for the rest of the types.
Hell yeah. All right. On to the next. We got TBL with
The
the Norman
developers.
Pelipers. I will say, I'm a little biased towards this team because he drafted my boy,
Oh, Crocolore, for fuck's sake!
Crocolore! But he didn't make him a Terra
No.
captain. What a shame.
Yeah, but look at his other Terra captains.
But look, you have to
I
say, like,
wouldn't either. What do you mean?
no, Terra Umbreon is fucking scary, and all three of those
Yep.
types are just great defensively.
Dark. Yep. Fairy and Poison are rock solid. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah. All right.
Goldango is really good. He has a good core.
What cores do we have?
Weavile.
He has two steel types for the steel core. He has a fairy type in Galarian Wheezing. That's it. And then he has the dragon in Latios. We've got. Do we have a fire, water, grass core? We do. We have Quagsire,
Quagsire?
Crocolore, Quagsire,
Oh, wait. Yeah, Quagsire. I missed that one.
Quagsire, Whimsicott, and Crocolore. Crocolore fit into a core. Let's go.
That's
And
you're
then
pointing out course and then Crocolore. What are we talking about?
I love this Pokemon so much.
Stop hyping that one up, man.
Never.
Oh God.
Let's see what else we had. Do we
Articuno.
have a Dark Psychic Fighting Core? We have two Dark types, Umbreon and Weavile. We have the Psychic and Latios, and we do not have a Fighting
Not have a
type,
fighting type. Ooh.
which is kind
Ooh.
of wild because the offense capabilities that Fighting types provide is wild.
Yeah, they're on par with ground, and the ground
Yeah,
type is only Quagsire. Oh no, Sandy Shocks. Never mind, never fucking mind. What do we have over here? Ooh, the speed here is extremely differentiated. You got some really fast ones. Weavile, obviously, Latias, Whimsicott with Prankster too, but also 116 base speed. There's not a lot of mid speed over here. Like you got Goldango, solid, yeah,
I would
Articuno,
I would like to
and
point
the
out
rest is quite low. Go
that
ahead, sorry.
both Crocolore and Quagsire have access to Unaware.
What? Yep, there's no setting up against this one.
Good looks there.
Um, yeah, Quagsire is a really solid defensive mon. You got both Water Absorb and Unaware as solid defensive type abilities. What else do we got?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
a
think that
Turnum, you,
those.
you you can use knockoff, but then he's just gonna burn you, so your attack doesn't do shit anymore anyway. Unless you go with special attack, but like he's got decent special defense for being a second evolution.
Are we really discussing the goodness of Crocolore over here?
Yes, we are.
What are we doing? He has a lot of good mons, and the first point we're talking about is Crocolore. Look at the top three. It's a really solid top three he has over there. We're talking
Oh,
about
right.
Crocolore.
Let's look at the top three, not the bottom. We got Latias, Godangle, and Weavile. That is
I
scary.
love that. I really love that. Goldango is amazing. Yes, yeah, good as gold is absurd ability. It doesn't make sense. Remove it out of the game, please. Weavile. I think this is the first time I've actually seen Weavile being drafted. If I'm not wrong, I
It
might
is.
be wrong,
People
but
started
this
to
is I
overlook Weavile because it's not
Shinpo.
it's not Chen Pao. But
Yeah, but
it was
it's
a
good.
menace before Chen Pao, and Chen Pao is not allowed in this draft, so guess what? You pick the next best thing, and that's Weavile.
Yep.
Weavile is a
Yep.
menace.
Let me look up its stats actually because I haven't looked into it that good. I see 125 base speed is amazing.
Stupid
That's
fast.
really good.
It has
Is it
really
is it strong?
it has pretty damn good attack, yeah.
Damn, 120.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not gonna live a hit, but it's really fast. It's really strong. Ice type is a good offensive typing. Ice shard is annoying. Does he get good coverage? Let me check. Low kick, really solid.
Low kick solid.
Uh, nah, not really. Break, handy. Shadow claw, nice, nice one.
Doesn't
Poison
it
jab, ooh, that's gonna get used.
That's really good.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice fairy type
Ice,
you got there. It's gonna kill me. No, it's not.
not today, pal. Knockoff obviously is a really nice move. Triple Axel. He only got Triple Axel back in Gen 9, didn't he?
Yep.
Like he lost it for a second, right?
Yeah, well, it's because they got rid of a triple axle in a lot of Pokemon in Gen 9 when Gen 9 came out, but then they did the same thing they did in Gen 8 where they were like, hey, have all these moves back. LOL.
Yep. You also get access to X Scissor. It might be conventional, but Poison Jab is a solid coverage move. Yeah, Latios and Goldengo, I think they're both great mons. Weezing Galar, I'm really curious what the tech is on that one because I haven't seen it in play a lot of times before. What can you do
Neutralizing
with it?
gas, but it also has that one self KO move.
What
Well,
are we talking
it
about?
has explosion and it has uh what the other one is explosion and self destruct, but there's a fairy type move. It's exclusive to Galarian Weezing, and it's a oh yes, thank you, Wah. Misty Explosion. But
Ah,
I think it only works in misty terrain. Or am
uh,
I?
is Misty Surge the ability to set up Misty terrain? I believe so, right? Or what does Misty Surge do? I
Oh,
don't know
so
a thing about
it
Weezing
has
Galar.
100 base power regularly, but it has 150 base power in misty terrain because misty terrain boosts.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Now,
Let
I
me
will
look up
say, I don't
Weezing.
know if you want to use that in draft because draft is differential based. If you're gonna self KO, you are immediately forfeiting one differential point, and you want as
Uh,
high a differential as you can get at the end of the week, right?
maybe as a last resort. I would consider it.
Yeah,
Base
well,
stats are the same as normal Weezing, so you got a really good physical bulk here.
this
Okay,
team's really
what else?
bulky. This team is really bulky.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
Sandy Shocks is a
I made a
solid
mistake
terrain
earlier.
captain.
I said his only fairy type was Galarian Weezing. Whimsicott's also a fairy.
Oh, I didn't even notice you say that. Nobody noticed it. We're fine. We're fine. Ooh, does get some good coverage actually.
Yeah.
Damn, Weezing underrated. I didn't know that. Also
Weezing
gets access to pain split.
and
That is tremendous. It's a really good move.
Will-O-Wisp, if I'm not mistaken.
Yup, definitely.
Oh,
Let's
TBL
look
said
at
that
the
in the chat.
shrine.
And it has T spikes.
Oh,
And Skarmory has access to spikes. And does it also have Stealth
oh
Rock? I
my
want to say it has
goodness,
Stealth Rock
brother.
with.
Let me just give you the list of hazards that this one has.
Oh shit!
We have
Okay.
three spike users: Quagsire, Shocks, and Skarmory. Both solid. All three of them are solid spike setters. We've got three Stealth Rock setters with Quagsire, Shocks, and Skarmory again. So all three of them get access to both spikes and T spikes. That is tremendous. We've got two Toxic spike setters in both Weezing and Quagsire. Quagsire gets access to all three of the hazards. What are we talking about? Yeah, that is some solid hazard setting right there. As a hazard removal, we've got only Weezing Galar as a defogger, so that might be counterintuitive if you really want to set up those hazards and remove the one of your opponent. That's gonna be rough. But I don't think this team suffers a lot from getting hit with things like stealth rock or spikes.
No.
Well,
I
spikes.
mean, Articuno doesn't like Stealth Rock.
Yeah, but you put boots on
You
that
just
one,
put
don't
boots
you?
on it. Crocolore doesn't like
Yeah.
Stealth Rock.
Yeah, but fuck off. Stop talking about Crocolore. Oh well, okay, don't because it's a good low tier pick, but we need to cover the
But
rest
here's
first.
here's the thing about him not having uh, removal or hazard removal. He has
Hmm.
fucking Goldango.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
stops defog and it stops rapid spin. So like, have
Yeah.
fun.
Nothing is gonna be removed on the opponent's side either. That is really really troublesome. I
Oh yeah,
love his Terra captains, by the way. I think Shocks and Umbreon. Umbreon is amazing. Shocks has some. I think you would use grass and flying as more offensive. Well, no, flying to cover the ground, but still, like it can be used as an offensive turret typing. Yeah, I love it. I love it because Umbreon is 100% defensive. I really love his Terra captains. They're good.
I do too. I do too. This is a really solid team.
Yep, definitely.
All right.
Anything else you want to say about Crocolore or?
Well, Crocolore's the goat. Then the
Oh
yeah.
Lord, I'm looking at this list of status that he has, and this is yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
did we cover all the
Y-
weaknesses?
Let's do that right now.
Okay.
I see five fire weaknesses, but also three resistances, so should be good. Steel five steel resistances. Goddamn. Ground. Oh no, never fucking mind. He has four ground immunities. Fairy is not an issue.
You want to know what doesn't resist
No.
ground? Crocolore.
Crocolore. Yeah, fuck off. You little fucker. Yeah, no, he's got his typings covered, definitely. He does have some dual tappings and he's missing sometimes. Like he doesn't have a fighting type, might be an issue. Not a normal type to cover the ghost, to get a ghost immunity, and not a rock type, which can be nice offensively as well. But I think he has a couple of really solid offensive mons. Goldango is a bit of a mix of everything. Latios, of course, Dragon, Psychic, Detrimental, and Weavile. Like I think it was a Eternum that said it. Like, does Weavile need a lot of coverage if your typing is Dark and Ice? I don't
No,
think so
not
because they're
really.
they're really really good.
Yep.
This is a solid team, definitely. And
Solid team.
I don't know if you want me to, but I can go over the list of statuses that this one. I think is the longest one that we've seen so
We've
far.
done it for everybody else. Might as well do it for this.
Okay, let's look at it. So we've got 4 T-Waves in Goldango, Latios, Shocks, and Umbreon. We've got 3 Toxics in Quagsire gets everything. This mod is insane. It gets access to all 3 hazards. It gets access to Toxic. And we're not even at Yawn yet, which he also gets. How many points is he? 8! What are we talking about? This mod is insane.
Quagsire's gonna get nerfed next season. He's gonna be a solid 14 points.
TBL, if you want to trade Quagsire, hit me up in my DMs. We can always make something work. What else do we got? So we've got Toxic on Umbreon, which is an annoying Toxic setter, and Wheezing. We've got 2 Will-O-Wisps in Caracolore and Wheezing as well.
Crocodile,
And
let's
then 3...
go!
Oh, fuck off. And we've got 3 Yawns in Croc, Quagsire, and Umbreon. Yeah, Umbreon is so good of a Terra Captain. How many points is he? Because I want to bump him up next season. He's 9. Yeah, he's going to get bumped up. I'm telling you right now. This is solid. This is looking really good.
Really good team. Really good team.
Yep.
All right. On
Let's
to the
move on.
next. We've only got
Okay.
6 more. Let's see.
How many did we cover? We covered 6. Okay.
Covered...
Okay, not too bad. We're on track. Okay. Show me the next one. I'll
We've
get
got
into the
Nick with the Lansing Ludicolo's.
Ooh, I'm seeing that top 4 already, and I'm liking it and disliking it.
Bro,
I
it's not
think
even
I
the top
fight
4.
him.
It's the top fucking 6? Top 5? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the top 6 are fucking nutty.
The 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
All right, let's go over cores while you put in the team stats. Let's see. For cores, we have... We don't have a steel type. So we don't have a
Are
fantasy
you
core.
kidding me? What do you mean you don't
Oh,
have a steel
Registeel.
type?
Wow, I'm retarded.
And you said you don't have a fairy type? Look at the mon right underneath it.
No,
Are you
we
blind?
I didn't say fairy. I said steel.
Oh, oh, okay.
But I
Never mind.
also
I'm sorry.
I can't
Continue.
lie to you. I was looking at just the sprites and I was like, yeah, that's Regirock. No, no, it's not. No, no, it's not. Okay, so we got
This
Dragapult,
one's better.
Registeel, and Sylveon, which solid. We've got for grass, water, fire, we have Arboliva, Volcanion taking the fire slot and the water slot, obviously, but we have Quaquaval in the water there. We have we also have Dragalge as a dragon type. Um,
Yep.
do we
Yep.
have
Yep. Yep.
the Fighting Psychic Fairy Core? I see
Nope.
Psychic. I don't see
Oh yeah.
Fighting.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Quackwaddle.
Quaquaval, duh. And
Uh.
Dark? No,
No.
no.
Dragalge is dragon poison, right?
Dragalge is Dragon Poison. Yep.
Then no dark type. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dragon Ball, no. Lano, no. 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 No.
Yeah, it
No.
is
No. No.
Fighting Psychic Dark.
No dark.
I don't see a Dark type.
There's no dark, right?
No Dark type.
No. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Off the bat, Dragapult. What do we have to say about that one?
It's Dragapult. How do you prep for Dragapult? Is it going to be choice specs? Is it going to be banded? Is it? You weren't the only one. Wah had the same thing too.
Oh, I again have a network error. It might not be an issue on my part. I don't know. Um, for the people watching, let us know in chat if the stream is still running. Well, they don't hear me then, probably.
Yeah, we'll pause.
Okay, I refreshed. For now, the stream is back on track, but I don't know. The issue might occur more often. It might also be an issue on my internet,
Well,
but if other people are...
Let me go see if it's like starting to weather outside. Because if it's starting to get pretty windy or something, then that might fuck up my internet, which could be my issue.
I think the stream is back. We can ask people in chat.
I'm gonna do a quick
How's the
little.
stream looking for you guys?
I'm gonna do a quick little scroll. Did you see the scroll?
Do it again. I don't see a thing. It's not moving, no.
No.
Well, but we can still talk, so I think it's a stream issue and not a... it's for Eternum, it's still running. Eternum, do you see Kyle scrolling? Or is that just an issue? Maybe I should refresh too.
I am scrolling. Do we see the scrolls?
Um,
I see
I
movement.
see. Yeah. Me too.
Okay,
Me too.
cool.
Me too. Me too. Me too. We're back on track.
Okay,
We're back on
cool.
track.
Cool.
Let
cool,
us know
cool.
in chat, guys, if there's any other issues that we should look out for. I have the chat right to my right side, so talk to us if anything goes wrong.
Yep. Okay. If the stream, if the I can't speak.
The tree.
If the
Sorry.
stream stopped, then we should backtrack a little bit back to the cores. So we talked about
Yep.
the fantasy core. He has two dragons in Dragalge and Dragapult. He has Registeel and Sylveon for the fairy and steel types. We do have a water, fire, grass core in Arboliva, Volcanion, and Quaquaval, but there is no dark fighting psychic core, which
Just because we were lacking the dark type, right?
just because we're lacking the dark type. Yep.
Yeah, not having dark can be an issue against those Praxers once again, but I mean, he's got Dragapult. Yeah,
He's got Dragapult.
he's got Dragapult. That just solve. It doesn't solve anything with Prankster, but it's really solid. Is it the best draft mon apart from Rhydon with Terra Water?
And Crocolore. I genuinely think Dragapult might be one of the best mons in the draft, and I think the only mon second to it is Iron Valiant.
Yeah,
But there's something to be said about Pokemon that can run things outside of offense. They have enough tech to do things, but they can also be split. You can run them physically, you can run them specially, and it's so hard to prep for.
Mm. Yeah, the abilities on Dragapult are really good too. Infiltrator, you don't want to see that. Cursed Body can be annoying if you're up against a sweeper. You just use Cursed Body. Maybe you have to sack Dragapult right over there, but then you can. He still has a lot of other things like Lando, Quaquaval to set up his own sweeper. Sylveon is a solid fairy type. Like I think for your draft to be successful, you need a solid fairy type because it's the best typing in the game, in my opinion. You need a solid fairy type.
They covered three of the things that I think every draft needs. You need a solid rapid spinner, you need a solid fairy type, and you need a solid grounded poison. Dragalge isn't the
Hmm.
best ground and poison type, but it has
Yeah,
adaptability. It's
it's
insane.
bulky.
It's
It's
bulky.
bulky too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This at first sight, this is looking like a really good draft as
And
well.
he
What
can
about?
set up fucking grassy terrain with our Balova and just keep his Mons alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Solid. Solid, solid.
Yeah. If we're looking at the speed tiers, it's really divided. Like you have extremely fast with Dragapult, but other than that, like you have in the mid speed tier Quaquaval, which is gonna get fast really quick with
With
Aqua
Aqua
Step.
Step. Yep.
Lando is solid in the mid tier, and obviously Scarf Lando is a thing. We've got Uxie, but other than that, it's mainly to the lower side. But yeah, actually, it's looking quite well divided. Zebstrika being really fast, I think Zebstrika is underrated. Well, apart from the fact that it's a physical electric type, but it does get some good coverage. I think its special attack isn't too bad. So this is a really good lower tier pick as well. Um, what else do we got? Volcanion.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised we didn't see a Terra Water from Volcanion for Terra Water Scald.
was Volcanion able to Terra? How many points was it? It was
Yeah, yeah.
it's a Terra captain. It's just not
It
Terra
is Terra.
Water.
It's just not Terra Water, right?
Well, but ground solid, very solid. Just yeah, maybe you want to switch up fire for water, but I mean Terra Fire Flamethrower. Does it get a stronger fire type move than Flamethrower?
I mean, I'm sure it has Fire Blast.
Would make sense, yeah. Would make sense. Let's see what else we got over here. Uh, is it able to Trick Room? Because Glacier in Trick Room is not funny. Sylveon Trick Room? Question mark or
I
Uxie?
think, I think. Oh yeah, Uxie can definitely set it. I think
Let me
Dragapult
check.
can also set it.
Really? Does Dragon Ball get
I
Trick
want to
Room as
say I
well?
I could be wrong, but I think it's one of those because it's one of those mons that can
Yeah.
do everything.
Uxie gets it. Uxie definitely gets it. So yeah, Glastrier and Registeel and I mean Dragalge. What are the stats on Dragalge?
Dragalge's slow.
Yeah, I know that one, but what's about its offensive types? Uh, 97 special attack. Okay,
But
not too bad.
it does have adaptability.
What does that remind me? What that does again,
It
please?
basically gives extra stab.
Ooh, yeah. Then this team can either be really fast or it can run Trick Room. That is a solid dual dual type mechanism to have in your team. Either be really fast, but if you're not fast enough, then you can just run Trick Room and Clash you're in Trick Room is
And it has
because with
toxic
Chilling
spikes.
Nay, what?
Dragalge has toxic spikes. Sorry, I thought we were still on that.
Dragalge. Yeah, okay. I was thinking Glacier doesn't get
Glacier
toxic
has
spikes.
spikes?
What are we talking about? No. Indeed, Dragalge does get toxic spikes, and it can remove the other toxic spikes on your own side because it's a grounded poison type. Do you happen to know what Poison Point does? I see it as the first ability of Dragalge, but
It
I've
just has a
never heard of
chance.
that.
It has a chance to poison when making contact.
So it's a bit like Poison Touch.
Yes, but it's when you get made contact, not when you make the contact.
Oh, that's nice to
Yeah,
have.
it's like
Yeah.
static.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I think also something really scary is screens that Dragapult sets up, and it
Mm-hmm.
can deal damage of its own. And then you have Quaquaval. If Quaquaval sets up, you're fucking done for.
Yep.
Aqua Step, Moxie. I think does it get SD?
No, but it has bulk up.
Ugh. God damn, yeah. That's.
It might have swords dance. I don't think so.
Let me check that.
Yeah, you got that. Okay.
Let me check. I thought it did because I've seen it in a random battle a couple of times. Sword stance. It does get sword stance. Oh my goodness!
God
Don't
damn
let
it.
that thing set up, or you're gone.
I think
You are
given the
gone.
fact like you could run torrent with swords dance, but I think with Moxie, I think bulk up is a little bit better.
Um,
Because that way you're raising your defensive stage as well, and then if you get a KO with something like Aqua Step,
I mean, I think if I were to run Quackable, I wouldn't run what's it called? What did you just say? How did I forget the name?
bulk up.
The setup move, bulk up. Thank you very much. I would just run Aqua Step behind some screens and then let Moxie do the rest of the job because it's gonna be fast enough with one Aqua Step. Then you get the Moxie boost, and then nothing really takes it out because its base attack was fuck. I clicked it. I put it away. I think its base attack is also really solid. What's cool stat spread? 120 base attack. You see,
God damn.
if you max it out, then maybe you slap on something like a life orb or whatever the fuck you want to do, and then you just get an aqua step off with a moxie boost, and yeah, you're good to go. What do you really do against that?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's looking solid. Let's look at the typing weaknesses.
Yes. Right.
Um, I see 4 ground weaknesses, but it does get 2 immunities. What are the immunities? We've got Uxie with Levitate, and where's the flying type? Lando,
Lando.
obviously. Yup. Fire, no. Ice. Yeah, he obviously has 4 ice type weaknesses, with one being times 4 with Lando. But he does also get a couple of resistances, which is it's quite normal with ice. But you might be able to do some things if you have a solid ice type like Kyurem. Kyurem is looking actually quite good into this matchup. For the rest, there's nothing too scary. He's got everything covered. This is looking like a really solid team. I think, in my opinion, this is one of the, the, the better ones we've seen so far, together with Eternums. That's just my personal opinion, though.
This is
But
yeah, it's a very solid team.
Dragapult, obviously, really solid. Wait, which seed is he? Next team, oh, fourth seed. Who dropped Dragapult down to fourth? Like we had Mizuno, that picked Darkrai, right?
Yep.
That is a weird first pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's good, but there are better alternatives. And also Iron Valiant dropped down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to ninth pick. What the fuck happened? Okay, we're talking about Nick's team right now, but that's something weird. But either way, yeah, this team is looking really solid. Let's look at the moves that he has.
Yeah, let's look at
He's got
status.
a really good status. We'll get down to that. He's got 3 times rocks with Lando, Steel, and Uxie, and of course the Toxic Spikes from the Galgi. Good hazard removal with Quack. A lot of momentum. Holy Jesus. We've got like 5 baton passes, 2 times flip turn on Dragalge and Quack, 4 U-turns, Dragapult, Lando, Quack, and we've got a Voltage on Substriker. Yeah, this has a lot of momentum. Wow. A lot of status too. 2 knockoff users, Quack and yeah, Oxy. 4 times T-Wave. Dragapult, Steel, Yuxi, and Substrika. 1 times Toxic on Dragalge, obviously. 2 times Will-O-Wisp. Ooh. And 2 times to put someone to sleep with Yawn too. Wow.
Good
Yeah, this is
status.
looking like a really solid team, man.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Oh yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this?
No. I think I'm ready to move on to the next.
Okay. I'm I'm gonna have to go take a quick toilet break. I'll be back in a minute.
Cool.
You can continue if you want. I'll be right
Cool.
back.
All right. So we have Screwbite with the Screwed Superiors. Let's look at cores. We have Firewater Grass in Cinderace, Primarina, and Hydrapple. We've got Dragon, Fairy, and Steel with Garchomp, Primarina, and Bronzong. We've got Cobalion, Screamtail. Oh, Screamtail also fulfills the fairy role as well. But we got Screamtail for Psychic and Bronzong for Psychic. We have Incineroar for Dark, and we have Cobalion for Fighting. That's a really solid, yeah, triple core here as well. Really good shit. Do we have a grounded poison type? We do not have a grounded poison type. We've got removal with Chinchino because Chinchino has Tidy Up. We've also got Cinderace being able to use Court Change. Court Change is phenomenal. Like he's going against Nick, and Nick sets up screens. Well, those are my screens now. I'm gonna take those. Really solid, really solid. There's a lot of really good offense in the top three. Primarina hits like a train. Garchomp hits like a train. Cinderace hits like a train. Zapdos can hit pretty hard too. Hydrapple's also not a bad. It's it's in the middle. Like I would say it's stuck between being bulky and offensive at the same time. Not that its bulk stats are great, but they're not bad. Um Incineroar is insanely bulky, Bronzong is insanely bulky, and Screamtail is also really bulky. Screamtail has some amazing tech. Um Screamtail has some really good tech. Uh you can do a lot with Screamtail. You can set up for a physical sweep. You can set up for I want to say it has stored power question mark. Um it has bulk up, which is crazy. It's got a oh, what's that move? Nope, I lost it. Yeah, court change basically eliminates the facts that you can ring screens or hazards. Uh which is crazy. Just set up webs twice, easy. You want to see me do it again? Now we're all slow. Yeah, but setting up wow, that doesn't do anything. That just makes everybody slow. Nobody wants to be that slow. That's funny. That's funny. Uh Terra Captain's here. We've got Terra Water on Hydrapple, which is really good. That's really good Terra, especially because it resists ice. The only thing that you have to be fearful of is freeze dry. But I think we've only got like two Mons in the draft currently that have. Well, I mean, we have a couple, but like viable freeze dry users. We have Cryogonal and Iron Bundle. I know Baxcalibur line can get it, but I don't see Baxcalibur using it. It just doesn't make sense for his kit. Oh, Kyurem also gets freeze dry. That is true. That is true. Yeah, no, that's pretty gross. But picking both dragon and grass, that is a little interesting. He picked both of his innate typings. That is weird. I mean, it works. I understand why. Dragon is great offensively, and then Fickle Beam is just disgusting. And then Grass being able to keep your immunity to things like Spore, as well as hitting with some. Because I'm pretty sure he has some pretty solid Grass type moves. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? The whole line's pretty good. Um, let's see. Zapdos has some pretty interesting tech. That is a good. I mean, electric and flying is fantastic because you can't be hit by earthquake at all, unless you hit Roost, of course. But I didn't Zapdos lose Roost. I want to say Zapdos lost Roost. I don't think it did though. I know he lost something this gen. That was like there was a really common Zapdos set, and then they took it away from him, and I don't remember what it was.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What have I missed? Where
Uh,
are we at?
we covered the cores. We covered. He has all three cores. We're talking about.
Okay.
I was covering Terra Captain Hydrapple a little bit. I didn't talk about Terra Captain Cobalion at all. Oh, that's what it was. Zapdos lost Defog. That's what it was.
Yep.
So that means yeah,
Let
that
me just put his team into the prep sheet.
Chinchino and Cinderace. I mean, not that he needs Defog. He has Chinchino and Cinderace.
Yeah, Cinderace with chord change. What are you gonna do with hazards?
Right.
There's not really. Even if he doesn't bring chord change on Cinderace, just the fact that it can be there,
It could
I
be
think
there.
that's
Yep.
gonna stop a lot of people from bringing hazards against this team. I
Yep.
wouldn't. Well, I think I wouldn't. Cobalion. Did you think Cobalion wasn't worth mentioning, or did you just
No,
not
I
get to him
just
yet?
I just didn't get to it yet.
Oh, okay, because he looks like he has two solid Terra captains over there.
He does.
Uh, Terra Ghost on Cobalion. Wait, what typing is Cobalion? Steel
Steel
fighting?
fighting. Yep.
Yeah, then you really want the Terra Ghost. That's great. He does has both of his typings as a Terra type too, like both steel and fighting. I don't know if that's optimal, but maybe just to deal that extra damage.
He did that for Hydrapple too with Dragon and Grass.
Did he think that was mandatory, or
I
is
don't
that
know.
just?
I don't know.
Oh well.
I'm really
Mm,
curious to see how Incineroar does in singles. It's not a bad mon at all. It's just it's so godly in doubles that I feel like it often gets overlooked in singles. But having access to Intimidate is just solid.
is that the only intimidate? No, he has Garchomp has intimidate, right? Or
Garchomp,
am I wrong?
no, Garchomp doesn't have Intimidate. Garchomp has Sandvale
Garchomp and Rough Skin.
and
Yep.
Rough Skin, but Sandvale's banned, so
Yep.
he's gonna be running Rough Skin the entire time. Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, let's go!
Ugh, that is nutty. Do not use a physical attacker against it.
No,
Let's see. At the speed, let's look at the speed tiers. He has some really fast mons, goddamn.
he
We've
does.
got Cinderace, 119, Chinchino, 115, Screamtail, 111.
Yeah, Screamtail's fucking
And then,
fast for no reason.
well, they had to find something to make it OP, I suppose. Um, 108 on Cobalion is good too. He has a solid divided speed. There's nothing mid speed though,
He's either
because
really slow or
after
really
his
fast.
yep, does he get Trick Room? Bronzong. Does he? Yeah, Hydrapple in Trick Room maybe.
Screamtail also has Trick Room.
There you go. Yeah, this is another one of those cases where you can bring either a really fast team or a really slow and run it in Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
That is. What do you happen to know what Super Sweet Syrup does for Hydrapple?
It lowers speed. Fuck, hold on. Let me pull
Once
it up.
you make contact with it or what?
Well, yeah, it's damn it, I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me pull it up really quick. Do 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 do.
Mm,
Pokemon database. Hydrapple.
okay.
He has Regenerator, which is solid.
Yeah, regenerated and sticky hold is really nice
Sticky
too.
holds really good. Super sweet syrup. It lowers evasiveness.
Oh, okay. I think the main one to run on this is regenerator though, right?
Yes.
I think.
Oh, Abyss, you're thinking of his other one of his moves. He has a move that lowers speed every time it makes contact. That's also what I was thinking of. It's
What's the move?
it is syrup bomb.
I have never heard of that one
Yeah,
before.
it lowers opponent's speed each turn for 3 turns.
Oh wow.
It's not a bad move. Its power isn't that great. It's only got 60 base power, but it has 85% accuracy, so like it's not really worth it. But being able to control speed like that is nice. The only issue
Yeah,
is
definitely with. Oh, sorry.
you're good. The only issue is just being able to switch. Like, oh, my speed went down. Let me switch out.
Yeah, but then if you have only one counter to a certain mon, then that could be annoying because
Could be.
with a lot of those fast tiers that he has, like being able to lower the speed and just letting Cinderace blaze things down or Cobalion, that can be really handy.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if you want to bring that move every matchup, but in some matchups it can really be useful, I believe. Let's look at the typings over here. Let's see. Ground, but he does have two immunities with Zapdos and the Bronzong, obviously. Ice, he has two 4 times weaknesses in Hydrapple and Garchomp. That might be tough, but Hydrapple is a Terra Captain, so that's decently covered. Poison, but he has two immunities. Rock, but he has a couple of resistances. Fighting also, he doesn't have a ghost type though, so no fighting immunities, and he has three fighting
Balballion, Terra
weaknesses.
Ghost.
Ah, there we go. There we
But that
go. You
does
got that
that does
covered.
force the Terra type for that.
Yeah, which you might not want to do, but I mean, if you have to, then you've got that option, which is great. Um,
Yeah,
I
Abyss.
think mainly.
Pokegame used it with Terra fighting, and that thing was fucking disgusting.
What did he use?
Hydrapple.
I grapple with the refining.
Dude, it's gross.
What's the tech behind it? What am I missing?
It is. I actually have that. I have that built on my showdown somewhere because I was like, I'm stealing this. This is great. Carry on. I'll pull that up.
Yeah, so for the rest of the type, he's looking pretty solid. He's missing a rock type, an ice type. Yeah, not having a ghost type to block those rapid spinners might be an issue, but does he benefit a lot from hazards? I mean, yeah, it's got four stealth rockers, spikes as well on guard jump, so I don't think he's gonna try to get up hazards every game, but might be an issue if you want to run something with stealth rock. You can't really block that unless you wanna use a Terra type for that, but I don't know. It doesn't look like you would want to do that just to block some spinners. So that might be trouble for him. For the rest, typing wise, it's looking really solid. Speed wise, it's looking really solid
Oh
with
no,
that option for
I know
future.
what I'm
Oh, go
thinking
ahead.
of. It wasn't Hydrapple with Terra Fighting. It was Diplin with Terra Fighting, which means I because
Ah, with the Eviolite.
it wasn't in Draft League. It was in he made a showcase video of it. That's what I was thinking of.
Wow. What tier is Diplin in? CU? Question
Shit.
mark. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's in ZU.
Yep. Sticky hold on an Eviolite mod. Yeah, that is terrible to go against. Good thing is that Hydrapple can't use it. 'Cause
True.
otherwise, yeah, what do you do against that? Let's look at the moves. Like, yeah, he has great hazard control with core change though. Tidy up on Chinchino. Only one way to heal with Wish on Screamtail, but I mean, yeah, that's gonna be fine. A lot of momentum. He's got 5 baton passers. He's got a flip turn on Primarina. What Primarina? Oh,
Yeah.
he's got Primarina. How did I miss that? He's got Primarina, Water Fairy. Thank you. Two fairy types, which is good, and they're both good fairy types too. What else? We've got a party shot on Incineroar, which is great. 4 U-turns, 2 volt switches. Yeah, there's a lot of momentum in this team. That's gonna really help him out in getting those quick switches. And like his main attackers is probably gonna be Cinderace, Chomp, Zapdos if you build it offensively, but you're not gonna do that all the time. Cobalion. Those are gonna be the main
Screamtail can
ones.
also be an offensive threat, and Primarina also
Can
hits like a train. Yeah, Screamtail can do bulk up sword power sets. Calm
I
Mind
didn't know
bulk
it
up
got
sword power,
bulk
just
up.
stupid.
Wow. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, and Primarina too. Yeah, you're right. I missed that one with Liquid Voice. That's really good. Decent status. He's got 4 T-Waves, 2 Will-O-Wisps, and a Yawn on Hydrapple too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hydrapple has
it's looking.
Yawn? That's fucking gross.
Hydrapple does have Yawn, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for him to have it, but he's gonna be able to run some great text with it. And yeah, Hydrapple is a really solid mon actually. It's quite underrated with your generator. It's a dragon type, obviously. I'm not sure about the stats on it. Let me check. Hydrapple. Um, 120 special attack.
Yeah,
Really solid bulk, obviously. 106 HP, 110 defense, 80 special defense. And it's slow, so it can be really. Damn! Hydrapple is good. It's actually really good. That's gonna be. If you manage to get that in Trick Room, that can also. It gets Infestation too. Oof.
I love Infestation. That move is so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Infestation plus Syrup Bomb.
Are you not able to switch out with Surabomb?
You're not able to switch out with Infestation, I don't think.
Really?
I'm pretty sure Infestation locks you in, doesn't it?
Let me check. Infestation inflicts 1/8 maximum HP is damage for 4 times. In addition to the damage deals when it also traps the target. You're right.
Yeah!
Ooh. Ooh hoo hoo. Yeah. Wow, Hydrapple is a really underrated mon. How many points is he at 11. Yeah. Might put him on a list to bump that up next season. Infestation on Toxapex is really funny. Yeah. I've used that last season. It's so good. You can trap something and combine that with Toxic, and that mon is just done for because it's so bulky. It's just gonna keep on recovering and just living every hit. Infestation on Toxapex is really good, but I think it's also can be really good on Hydrapple, actually. Solid Mon, wow.
Oh yeah.
I've overlooked that one completely.
All right.
Anything else you want to add to it?
No, sir. Let's move on to the next.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna. Well, I'll cover the cores really quick, and then I'll let you take it from there because I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Okay. No worries. I'll put it into the prep sheet while you're at it.
All right. We've got Wolfie with the leftover
Oh,
onions. This
oh yeah.
team is fucking wild. He said, I'm going to draft all these high pointers and carry on. We've got a fire, water, no grass. So there's no core there. We have no fairy type either, so there's not a core
He does
there.
have Terra Fairy
He
Flygon
does
though.
have Terra
That
Fairy
might be.
Flygon. So I guess that's worth
Um,
considering into the core. He can make the core. Um, what about dark fighting and psychic? No, he
no
doesn't have any
fighting.
type-based cores, but he does have mons that complement each other very well.
Yeah. Wait. Let me just put it into the sheet so we can really see all the typings next to each other, because that might also bring a couple of weaknesses with those typings too. But just if you look at the mons individually, Iron Bundle, really scary. Corviknight, incredibly reliable, really bulky.
He does have
Uh,
3 ground types.
yeah. Do they benefit from? I already asked you that in private. Do the ground mons benefit from sand?
Um, I mean, yes, because we can't. Sand Veil is banned, so like you can't really use that. But like Crocodile having a extra defense is nice. Vibrava and Flygon having extra defense is nice. He also has 2 rock types to benefit from it. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Only rock types get get the defense buff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. I got his team up right here. If you look at the
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a
speed
snack.
tiers, yeah, go ahead. If you look at the speed tiers, it's pretty well balanced. You've got obviously got Iron Bundle, which is really fast. Lycanroc does too at 110. For the rest, really good mid speed tiers. Couple of 100s on both Flygon and Volcarona. Of course, you also got Quiver Dance with Volcarona. We've got Crocodile at 92, which is great to outspeed those 90 base speed stats. Porygon Z, I haven't looked into that one. We're gonna look into that one in a bit. Gyarados, which is at 81, but can also D-dance his way up. Um, Nothing too slow. Tyranitar at 61, but that's not terrible. He does have 2 dark types to cover for the prankster shenanigans. Normal type to block any incoming ghost types. He doesn't have a ghost type in and of itself, though. Not a terror type either. So it's gonna be trouble to block those spinners. But yeah, he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stealth rockers. So not anything else, but still you want to keep that stealth rock up, and without a ghost type that might be tough. But the Terra Captains, Flygon, I know is really solid, and I like the both Fairy and Steel on it. Those just 2 of the best typings in the game. Porygon with Ice and Electric. That's just kind of to have a sort of bolt beam coverage, I'm assuming.
That's
They're
what.
both offensive, but I really like. Oh,
That's
you're
what.
back?
Yeah, I'm back. That's what Bozy ran last season with Porygon
Yeah.
2, and it was a
Yeah,
fucking
but
menace. But this guy
difference
doesn't
is
have
like you
Eviolite.
don't have an Eviolite. Yeah, exactly. Um, he does have two intimidate users, which can be great. 2 levitate ones as well. Yeah, because we have all of those typing overlaps. Let's look at the weaknesses. I see a couple of red dots over here. Water, obviously. He's got 4 water weaknesses with only 2 mons resisting it. We've got rock. He has 1 4 type weakness to rock in what's that gonna be?
Volcarona.
Volcarona, and yet Volcarona can't be a Terra Captain, so that might be rough. He does have 3 resistances though, so maybe not too big of a deal. Ice types, 2 4 times weaknesses to ice. Yeah, okay, Vibrava. Let's not count that one. But we do have Flygon, but he's a Terra Captain, so should be fine. Grass is another big one. 4 2 times weaknesses, 2 resistances though, but still, if okay, Grass is not the most common offensive type, but mhm. um, oh good lord, he does not have a Ghost type, and there are 5 fighting weaknesses, along with
Wow.
one 4 times weakness. We've got that in bundle. Corvin, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. Tyranitar, of course, a 4 times weakness. Crocodile, Lycanroc, Porygon, which I missed. Yeah, that's gonna be trouble. A good fighting type is gonna be trouble against this team, but because without a ghost and no Terra Ghost and anything either, what are you really gonna do against those fighting types? Because you also don't have a fairy type in this team. That could be really rough. There's a 4 times fairy weakness with only 2 resistances. What are the fairy weaknesses gonna be? It's gonna be T-Tar, it's gonna be Crocodile, and then yeah, okay, Vibrava and Flygon. Vibrava, I don't know. Should we count Vibrava into anything?
I don't think he's going to use it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what it can do, uh, but I've never seen it in play before, so I don't think it's the best. Definitely, since you do have Flygon in the same team as well. Um,
If you want to do
we've
that
got
TBL, you have to do it before week 6. Trades are not usable after week 6.
still got a lot of time though. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for this team, I would well, I'm good, but I think other teams would really want a strong fighting type into this team because they're gonna put in some crazy work. Electric, we also have. Oh no, never mind. He has 3 ground types. It's no trouble. Because I was gonna say he has a 4 times weakness to electric in Gyarados, but he has got 3 ground types, 3 immunities, so should be fine. One of them is Vibrava, but still Flygon and Crocodile should do the trick. Yeah, this team is looking. There's a lot of strong individual mons, but it's looking a bit unbalanced for what I can see right now. I don't know how he would cover it. Maybe you see an alternative there, Kyle. But
I'm I'm at a weird spot with this team. I think he has a lot of great synergies and he can cover a few of his weaknesses, not all of them obviously, but he can cover a few of them. He very much decided to say I'm building a sand team.
yeah, but uh, how is he gonna capitalize? Well, with the rock types, yeah.
I mean
But
he has 2 ground types, not counting Vibrava, and he has a steel type
why does a steel type benefit from sand?
because steel types also don't take damage in rock or in sandstorm, sorry.
Ah, like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. Mm.
But he doesn't have any sand rush and he doesn't have obviously Sandvale's banned, but like it's
Is
just
sand rush banned on Excadrill?
no, sand rush isn't banned. Sandvale is
Then
banned
I
though.
Yeah, yeah. Then I would really consider adding that one, right? Because let's look at the removal for a second. You've had Corviknight with defog, but yeah. Because Iron Bundle doesn't like rocks. Anything else? Yeah, Volcarona is not gonna enjoy rocks either, and Gyarados isn't. So might be trouble. You do have defog, and Corviknight is a solid mon. It's gonna bring that almost every game, I believe, but still. Only defog, no spin or tidy up or whatever. Nah, guard change only on Cinderace, but still. This might be rough. He does have decent momentum though, because he has a lot of U-turn users and a flip turn on Bundle. Yeah, but just I think Bundle in general, I think that's a really tough month to prep for as well because it's so fast, it hits so hard. Like if you got a good counter for Bundle, then I think you're fine, but just Bundle is so hard to cover, in my opinion. I really do have trouble defending against that one. Uh, oh wait, Flygon gets first impression. I didn't know that. Um, 3 times T-Wave and 1 Will-O-Wisp on Volcarona. Like you do really need to watch out for setups on this team because you've got Moxie with Crocodile, D-Dance Moxie with Gyarados, and of course Quiver Dance on Volcarona. Anything else I'm missing? I'm not sure. I don't think so. It's
Mm,
only what's it called? Iron, the future variant of T-Tar. Iron,
Iron Thorns or not
or
Iron
not
Thorns?
Iron. Iron Thorns. Iron
Yeah, it is
Thorns.
Iron
Yeah,
Thorns.
yeah.
Yeah,
It is Iron Thorns. That one does get D-Dance, but then does Tyranitar also get it? No, right? Or am I wrong?
I know it used to.
Let's check that
Yeah,
because that's not a possible setup.
it's
Tyranitar.
definitely a very offensive team. Like
Yeah, for
who
sure, for
who,
sure.
who said it the other? Who said it recently?
Oh, regular T-Tar does get D-Dance. I'm reading in the chat. Okay, that's another setup then.
Oh yeah, Eternum said it has powerful offense, but it crumbles defensively. I agree. And if they don't take the game in the
I
first
think
few
so too.
turns, this team will lose fast.
Yep, like its only real defensive pivot is Corviknight. Other than I'm missing something is Flygon. Flygon is not too defensively built, right? I don't know a thing about
No,
Flygon actually. Yeah, yeah, that's a good analysis. If they don't immediately take out a couple of the enemy's heavy hitters, then he's gonna have trouble because there's a lot of imbalance. But you know, he is a top 100 Ubers player, so he might be able
I
to
think that
find some ways.
that's gonna prove well for him, and the fact that he knows how to do things, he knows how to read things, he knows things like that. But having never done draft before and being in that Uber's mindset
Hmm.
without playing with Uber's Mons, I think that's gonna cripple him a little bit.
Yeah, because he's gonna be used to a lot of the higher tier ones, but in draft, a lot of the lower tiers are the ones that shine the most. So
Uh
if
huh.
you don't really look into them or you don't know what they're able to do, you're gonna overlook them easier as a Uber's player, I think. It's gonna yeah, might be a little trouble. I'm not too sure, but you know, maybe he proves us wrong. Maybe he does.
That's what I love
Anything
about
else you want to
draft.
add to this team?
No.
All right, all right. What do we have next?
All right, we're gonna
Ooh,
because
ooh.
because
I know I
Wah
like the next one.
because Wah is in the chat. We're just gonna do nothing but fucking talk shit about the team. There's nothing good about this team.
Obviously,
It's so bad.
obviously.
You should redraft everything.
Yes, let's see what we have there. Yeah, Hammerrod. That thing sucks. Let's get that out of here
So
right now.
bad.
What the fuck does that do? Yeah, get it out. Thing is ass cheeks. Let me let me put it into the prep sheet so we can bash on it a little more.
Find cores. We've
Send
got
jack shit. He's got nothing.
yeah nothing. There's nothing here. No cores. Bad team. Bad team is bad.
Dipshit team. Just you know, you've got 7 FAs this
Yeah,
season.
maybe you should just use all of them right
You
now.
just used all of them right now. Yeah, redrafted entirely because yeah, what the fuck are we looking at?
All right, so we've got Hisuian Samurai, Heatran, and Serena being a Watergrass Fire Core. We've got Revavroom, Comfey, and no Dragon.
Oh, ass cheeks.
Fucking imagine not having a dragon. Couldn't be me.
Oh, babe.
Fighting fire, fighting psychic and dark. What do we got? We've got fighting and girder. We've got no psychic, but we do have dark and hammerot.
Mm-hmm.
Great Mon and Hisui and Zoroark having access to both ghost and normal so that you are immune to both of those types. Fantastic. There's also a lot of really fun tech that you can do with Hisui and Zoroark.
Yeah, you really can.
Yes,
There's a
Eternum,
lot of
there
like
will be a
if you
YouTube
play it
VOD, and
right.
I will be making sure to bookmark where we talk about each player. That way it's easier to find who's being talked about.
Okay, so apart from the bashing, when I looked at this team at first sight, I really like this one. I really do. I've used Hammerrod last season. It's really solid. Just always getting those spikes up. If you're facing an opponent that doesn't have great hazard removal, they're gonna have trouble. Tornadoes. I don't know a lot about Tornadus Therian actually. I know more about Incarnate than I do about Tornadus Therian. But the fact that it's at what 17 points should spell something, right? So keep talking. I'm gonna read up on Tornadus because I should know more about Amon being this high.
I do like that he drafted both of the Therian forms of the genies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Also with Thunderous, that's a great one. As a Terra captain too, that's scary.
Ice Fairy and Flying, yeah, that's really good. And Revivroom.
121 base speed. God damn.
Yeah, no, Tornadus Therion's gross.
Yeah, it can be both special and physical attacker.
Mm-hmm.
100 base attack, 110 special. That's great. It's bulky, it's decently bulky too. 79 HP, alright, but 90 special defense, 80 defense. Not too bad. Of course, it's legendary, so it does have good
Oh,
stats.
Eternum brought up a very valid point that I think we need to.
Reverend does not get U-turn. The car Pokemon
Revivroom.
does not get U-turn. What the fuck? That is such a good point, actually. How have we not noticed that before? Why does the car Pokemon not get U-turn?
But it gets parting shot. It'll yell as it drives away.
Wow. I have never noticed that before, actually. Why the fuck does it not get U-turn? I
Neither have
mean,
I. That's really
it
funny.
doesn't make sense that it does get parting shot, because it's steel and poison, right? Why does it get parting shot and not U-turn?
Because of Paul Walker.
Uh, read me up. Who the fuck is Paul Walker?
The dude from Fast and Furious who died by wrapping his car around a tree.
I haven't watched Fast and the Furious. I'm sorry.
You're not missing out on much. Like, I'm biased because
I
I
don't
think
know.
they're fucking great movies, but also they're a little much.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of action movies apart from John Wick, but other than that,
Ah,
not really my thing.
John Wick.
Okay, let's get back.
Yeah, on
The
track, on track.
Regenerator on Tornadus Therian, solid because
Uh-huh.
it's decently bulky. Bleak Windstorm, what's the side effect on that one? 30% chance to Ah, no, this is Gen 7. No, never mind. Lead the target with Frostbite. What the fuck is Frostbite? What did that
Oh,
do in Gen 8?
that's from Legends Arceus.
Aha. Okay, never mind then. What does it do in Gen 9 though? 30% chance of lowering speed. Ooh. Ooh, wow. During rain, it bypasses accuracy, obviously, yeah.
No, we can
Um,
still be friends, TBL. I love Fast and Furious. I just understand why they're not everyone's cup of tea.
I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. I'm not read up on movies in general, but Fast and Furious, I haven't watched a single one of them before. What I have watched is every Pokemon movie. Is
Damn.
Tornado Therian? Are the Therian forms in a movie? I don't think so.
Uh,
I know the genies are they have their own movie,
the
but
genies have their
do
movie, but I
they?
don't think the Therian forms are make a showcase now.
I don't think so. Either way, Tornado Therian, just read up on him. He's way more solid than I
He's
thought,
worth
actually.
the
Because I
fucking
always
points for sure.
Yeah, I always thought it was a bit overpriced because I've never seen him shine yet, but I don't know if I've seen him drafted a lot either. So maybe this season is the season to make him shine. Heatran also really solid. Just watch out for the ground because there's not gonna like that. Thunderous Therian too. Yeah, if you look at the speed tiers once again, this is really well balanced because he has a bit of everything. Tornadoes being really fast, Zorwark at 110, and Zorwark gets so much coverage. Like that
Mm-hmm.
thing is it's really good. The fact that you won't see the coverage coming and it being able to deal super effective against almost every type there is in the game, that is really solid. Um, yeah. Apart from that, yes, Klotz. Oh, I love Clotsire. He's so good,
Such a
so
good Pokemon.
bulky,
Yeah.
water absorb and unaware. Once again, the two insane defensive abilities. Uh, Girder as a low tier pick is interesting. I don't know. Well, obviously slap it on Eviolite, and it should be good. But I don't know if is it insane? Is it like an underrated low tier pick? I don't know. We do have sticky webs on Vikavolt, which can be really troublesome. What the fuck am I
Doesn't
seeing right over here? I see hazard
doesn't
removal.
Thunderous
D.
Therian have Prankster?
Uh, no.
One of them had
Thunder
Prankster.
Assyrian. No, that's Tornadoes Incarnate has Prankster.
Ah, okay.
I think
I was gonna
that's
say
the one you mean.
because I was thinking I was wondering if he would use the prankster for rain dance and then he could hit with the bleak wind storm in rain so that
Yeah,
it never misses. But never
yeah,
mind.
that's what Dallas always does. It just gets Tornadoes Incarnate, and then with Prankster, he gets access to all the weathers, all the weather setters, or all the different conditions. But no, Thunderous Therian gets Volt Absorb as its only ability, which is still really good. Still
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
great ability.
Especially when you
Um,
have Hisuian Samurott and Tornadus on your team.
I noticed something else, but maybe it's worth mentioning in a little while. Let's cover the typings first, unless you want to add something else to the individuality of the Pokemon.
Hmm.
Revavroom being a great setup sweeper if you manage to. Wait, is Terra Captains actually? Because I was thinking Revavroom has a 4 times ground weakness, but we've got Terra Water slapped onto this,
Yeah.
which makes it a great Terra Captain. Also, Thunderous Therian, obviously with Ice, that's great offensively. Fairy always being a good pick. Um, Serena's just decent, right? I think it's mainly used as a spinner, unless
It's used as a
with its
spinner and it
ability
has
Queenly Majesty.
blocks priority. It also has a
Yeah.
decent amount of coverage.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a good. How many points is Serena actually then? Because Queenly Majesty is good. Of course, Rapid Spinner and Grass type to cover for the spores, Volt Absorb, etc. Serena, 8 points. Okay, yeah, that seems valid. But Vikavolt with Sticky Web, like I think mainly you slap a sash onto it though, but it does also cover for ground weakness with Levitate, which is great.
Yep. Yeah,
For the rest,
he's
yeah,
got good ground coverage with this team,
definitely, yeah.
especially
Look
because
like a solid team.
Clodsire and Heatran fold to ground types. So being able to pivot and move around that's really nice.
I'm worrying a bit about offense, like is offense typing wise, because no dragon type, which is yeah, it's rough, and his best fighting type is Girder, which isn't gonna really do a whole lot. And then if you look at ground, which is not a great offensive typing, we've got Clodsire,
Clodsire.
like yeah, he does get good ground coverage, I
I
believe.
think
Like
he
Heatran
doesn't
gets Earth
he. I
Power.
was just gonna say I think Heatran gets Earth Power, so that's not bad.
Yep. Nope, exactly.
I think
He does have a lot of
this is a
fighting type
very
coverage.
tech team though. This team is going to it's going to whittle you down with status moves with fucking hazards.
Mostly.
It's going to
Yeah.
Clodsire's not going to die and it's just going to keep spamming toxic
Mm-hmm.
or earth power
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Yeah, you got Comfy to sweep everything up once it's low, once they're low enough on HP, because that +3 priority on with what three triage, however the fuck you wanna
Triage, yeah.
pronounce that. Yeah, there we go. That could be that's actually a pretty decent late tier sweeper, or just a mon that's gonna be annoying to deal with because it's gonna keep healing up. It's gonna
There's
keep
a
going first.
reason we didn't allow that thing to Terra.
Obviously, yeah. But still, he has great Terra captains though. Revavroom is a really good
I
Terra
agree.
captain. I was considering it myself as well. It's really solid. If you look typing wise, um, fire we do have one immunity in Heatran, but other than that, there's 3 weaknesses and one resistance. But yeah, Heatran is a good option with Flash Fire, and then those fire type moves of his are gonna really hit it hard.
Yeah, if you
Ground,
could
you got
land the
three
fucking
immunity.
magma storms.
Yeah,
That move
well,
always
he's
misses
also
for
got
me.
yeah, but it's like 75% accurate, I believe. But if you want to go with a safe bet, there's always flamethrower, which is
Wise
solid.
glasses. Oh,
What?
he put wise glasses on Heatran so that Magma Storm has higher accuracy.
What the fuck are wise
It
glasses?
ups the accuracy of moves by 10%. So it gives it
Isn't
from
isn't that wide
75.
lens?
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
What
That
what the fuck are wise glasses? I know there's black
glasses,
glasses.
lens, same thing.
Okay, sure, buddy.
But that puts up
Yeah,
to 82.5% accuracy, which is pretty good.
I mean, but then you don't have the air balloon,
True.
and just touch it with anything that's on the ground, and it's gonna die. But either way, you do have the flash fire coverage, which is great. Um, Ice, there's a
Oh,
couple of
so
weaknesses, but
wise
also good.
glasses are an item, so I was half right.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Weiss
like
glasses. What do they do?
they up the damage by 10% of special moves with no drawback. So it's a shittier choice specs,
Wow.
but you're not locked in.
Oh, that's might not be too bad if you're running a mixed set. I don't know if you really want to do that, but if you are, you can. Um, anything else that's really standing out? Yeah, two 4 times ground weaknesses, but one is a Terra Captain, and you've got 3 immunities, so should be totally fine. Rock, there's 3 weaknesses, but also resistances, so should be good. Yeah, I think this team looks pretty well balanced typing wise. Um, yeah, not having a dragon type, I don't think is that big of an issue though. You can work
Yeah,
around
you can
that.
work around it for sure.
Right.
It just sucks because
Yeah,
dragon types are
definitely.
innately offensive, unless you're Hisui and
Unless
Gudra.
you're good.
Or Drampa.
Something else that I was noticing as I was looking at the moves. Okay, let's get over the hazards first. He's got a lot of hazards,
A
obviously.
lot.
Hammer up with Ceaseless Edge. Clodsire gets access to spikes, gets access to Stealth Rock, and gets access to 3 spikes. We've got Heatran, which can also set up rocks. Vikavolt with Sticky Web. Great. Sticky Web is awesome. Can really work. And also in his team, where he has a couple of good mid speed tiers, and if you manage to get Sticky Webs down and they can't remove it, then those mid speed tiers also become really fast. Um, and then also Revavroom with T Spikes. What I did notice, if you look at the hazard removal, we've got Serena with Rapid Spin, and
Yep.
then Defog. Can you guess on which mon?
Uh, uh, Revavroom.
No.
I know.
Defog is Defog is on Girder.
Wait, what the fuck?
Why?
Really?
Why does Girder get defog?
Doesn't Revavroom also have Rapid Spin?
According to the doc, he doesn't, but I also thought he get rapid spin. Let me just double check that because maybe the doc is wrong. I thought he did get that Reveveroom. But yeah, why does Girder get defog?
That's really
Rapid
funny.
spin. No rapid spin
No
on
Rapid
Vroom,
Spin? Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah, but I mean, defog on Girder, right?
Eviolite Defogger, let's
That's,
go.
I've used defog on Kelder. Yeah, I didn't know that Evo Line got access to defog. That's really that's a good extra bonus for Girder actually,
That's
because with
crazy.
a EV Light, it's gonna be able to remove those hazards on your side. Although you do also remove your potential sticky web, rock, spikes, whatever the fuck you have on the opponent's side. But I mean, if you have to, you can. Um, Good momentum. We've got 5. Am I getting it right? Yeah, 5 U-turns, full switches. We've got a parting shot on Revavroom. Unfortunately, no U-turn on Revavroom. And hammer up with flip turn. That's great. Status is decent. We've got holy fuck. There is a lot of knockoff users on this team. One, two,
Nice.
three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. That is really good because yeah, knockoff is potentially the best, if not one of the best um, moves in draft league, in my opinion.
I agree.
So yeah, there's a lot of knockoff mons here. That's great. Status is decent. We've got T-Wave, Vikavolt, 2 Toxics in Revavroom and Clodsire. Clodsire with Toxic is annoying as shit. Will-O-Wisp on Heatran and Zoroark, and then Clodsire with also Yawn, which is annoying as shit. Looking like a great team.
I
Yeah,
agree.
really does. A lot of knockoff users, which is something I just noticed, but that's important, really
It is.
important.
Lots of versatility, so you can never expect where
Yep.
the knockoff is coming from.
Yeah, I like this team. I really like it. I think it's in my top, definitely top 5, I'd say.
For sure.
Really good.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir. Let's on to the next. We've only got
Okay.
4 more.
4 teams left. Let's go. We're blazing through.
We are. I mean, the stream has been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes, but that's all right.
Yeah, but that's better than last.
It's better than last season when I did 7 fucking hours.
You were alone too,
And I
right?
was alone.
How did you manage to do that? That is outrageous.
Because I was a fucking idiot. I would pull up every single Pokemon's Pokemon database page and I would go over every single usable move.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
never
glad
doing
we're
that
not
again.
doing that this time. No. I mean, you really do get a detailed overview of everything, but nobody is watching 7 hours worth of content. Because like that's like at least half an hour on every team. What the fuck?
That was, yeah, pretty much. All right, we have got
Um,
Voids with the Limber Luchadors.
yes, putting the
What do
team
we got
in
for
the sheet right
cores?
now.
We've got Dragon. Okay, so Klefki is filling two roles in the same thing. So he doesn't have the full Dragon Fairy Steel core, but he does have a Fairy Steel type and a Dragon type. So that's
He also has a Terra Fairy on Raging Bolt, which
Terra
already is
Fairy.
looking
Yep.
terrifying.
Yep. We've got no Grass, Water, Fire. Oh, I'm sorry, Iron Moth. Iron Moth's a fire type. So we have Rillaboom, Iron Moth, and both Suicune and Terra Captain and
Mm.
Teleon, which is nice.
Yep,
Um,
yep, yep, yep.
Psychic
Uh,
Fighting Dark. Yep, he covers that with Mabostiff, Azelf, and Halucha. So yeah, he's got most of the cores down. Really solid. Terra Captain Raging Bolt is fucking crazy. Um,
yeah, yeah. I'm reading in the chat right now. Raging Bolt to 15 doesn't sound like a bad option actually at all.
no, no, it doesn't.
Makes sense, but well, we'll see how it pans out this season. Maybe we have to adjust that next season, but let's just see how that works out.
Yep. Um, this is a really interesting team. He's got great offense, he's got great bulk, and some of those Mons fill both of those roles very well. Like Rillaboom and
Yep.
Raging Bolt. They're both offensive and they're both bulky. Suicune
Same with Ursaluna
and
too.
Ursaluna, yeah. Suicune is
Yep.
not so much on the offensive side as she is defensive, but the fact that she can just sit there and spam Ice Beam or Scald or fucking Water
Yeah.
Pulse.
Oh, yeah. That's
Water
right.
Pulse
Suicune
is
gets
great.
cold. A water pulse.
Yeah, it confuses or has a chance to confuse,
Ah, that's
and it has
right.
like 80 base
That is
power.
right. 80?
It might be it
Really?
might be like 60. I might be wrong, but
Uh,
I'm pretty sure it hits like a train.
I think 60, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong on that one too. I don't know. Um, yeah, this team is also surprisingly fast. I wouldn't think that if I looked at it on first sight, but I see here Iron Moth 110, really fast. Halucha 118, and it also gets unburdened, so that's gonna be even faster. Inteleon what 120? So Inteleon is fast as fuck. Azelf on 115, really fast. Then some solid mid speeds in Bolt, Boom, Suicune, Klefki. Klefki also gets Prankster, which is great.
Azelf is
Yeah.
wild. Azelf has like
Oh,
no bulk, but it has fucking base 115 speed and both special attack and attacker at 125. Azelf hits like a train. Are you there, Stoyn? Oh no, we lost him. Ring ring hurro. Uh-oh. And he has the fucking dock up to see all the stuff, and I can't see that. Shit. Um, we're gonna go on a slight pause. Just because I don't want to carry on too far without him. There he
you can
is.
carry on.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
I'm back. I'm back. What did I
Oh,
miss?
nothing. We panicked because I just didn't hear you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just someone came into my room for a second, but
Oh,
I'm back.
well, welcome back.
Mm.
Okay, so, um, this team is interesting. It's got everything.
Yeah, right. I
He's
was thinking
got
the
great
same.
utility in Mons like Mabostiff. Azelf has some utility. Klefki has utility. Suicune has utility. He's got great offense in things like Raging Bolt, Rillaboom, Iron Moth, Halucha, and Ursaluna. Also Inteleon. Inteleon's With Snipe Shot, holy shit. Terra Water Snipe Shot?
Yeah,
Fucked.
yeah, Italian is actually pretty underrated Terra Captain.
I
I
agree.
think
No,
it,
I agree
I think it's and
100%.
well, obviously Raging Bolt. Yeah, he's got solid Terra Captains now that I look at it. Fairy and Water on Bolt. Great, great
No, he doesn't
typings.
have Fairy on both. He only has Fairy on Raging Bolt.
On Bolt. I said Fairy on
Oh, I
Bolt.
heard both. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I get the confusion. Yeah, but Fairy on Raging Bolt. Also Water. Oh yeah, my bad, guys. The English English is difficult still. Okay, it's a difficult language. Mm. But yeah, great Terra captains. I think might be the best ones out there, like the best Terra captain duo in the draft league.
All right,
Ursa
let's see.
Luna's always gonna be trouble, obviously. Uh, was surprised it was legal. Yeah. Did we discuss that one? I think we
I
did, right?
I think we did, but I think it was one of those things that we were like innocent until proven guilty.
We might really be proven guilty with this one.
We really might.
This is gonna be a controversial one, yeah. But that's just something we gotta figure out, right? We'll learn along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking scary actually. I know out of experience that Iron Moth is crazy good too. Uh, you want to hit it with a ground type move, otherwise it's gonna be rough because it's so fast. It hits like a truck. Rillaboom, love that one as well. Solid, pretty bulky. Can be great with an assault vest too. Grassy Surge and Grassy Glide is crazy.
I'd like to
Yeah,
point out
looking.
that Klefki can set Prankster Sunny Day for Raging Bolt and Stab for Iron Moth.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
That does Klefki also gets Trick Room, right? For Ursaluna, in
Yes.
case you want to do that, but that's the only one that really benefits from it. So I don't know, might be situational. Or well, you can also Raging Bolt can also run
Do well in
into run
Trick
in
Room.
Trick Room. Yep.
I mean, not that it needs it. It just fucking hits Thunderclap and keeps hitting Thunderclap.
Yeah, but a ground type. But then he has Terra Blast, Terra
Terra
Water.
Water, yeah.
Stop talking about my text. That's the one thing we're doing right now. Everything's gonna get exposed. But yeah, my Bostif also solid lower tier mon actually. I like it. With stakeout, it can really pack a punch. Looking great. Looking really great.
Really good team. All right,
I
let's
like
cover.
Lucha too.
Let's cover weaknesses.
Yep. Let's see right here. We've got a couple of fairy weaknesses, but yeah, you do have Terra to cover for Raging Bolt. You've got two resistances, so should be fine. Um, there is no ghost type though, although the fighting weakness isn't as big as we saw before with Wolfie's team,
True.
but still, I think you always wanna have a ghost type just to get that rapid spin blocks, just to cover for that big close combat that's always gonna hit unless you resist it really well. But yeah, other than that, four ice weaknesses, but they get covered with Terra and the fact that you have four resistances for it. You've got a four times ground weakness in Iron Moth, but you've got also got two immunities, so shouldn't be the worst.
No,
Yeah, it's looking fine. It's actually looking pretty all round defensively. It's looking like an all round team.
I got distracted. Did you talk about the ground weakness?
Yep,
Okay.
obviously it's always gonna be there in almost every team. You're
But
gonna have those ground weaknesses.
like Wah pointed out, he does have Rillaboom, which unless they bring high horsepower, Earthquake gets nullified. Or it's not even high
How come?
horsepower. High horsepower also gets nerfed, doesn't it? It's no, high horsepower hits normal in grassy terrain. I think it's just
Does
Earthquake and Earth
does
Power.
EQ get nerfed in grassy terrain?
It does.
Oh yeah, that's a really good coverage because Rillaboom in general takes good care of those ground types. He's
Yep.
not scared of them. Yeah, it should be fine on the ground because apart from the fact that Iron Moth really doesn't like a ground move, I think it still dies to an EQ even in grassy terrain because just yeah, those 4 times weaknesses are
Man,
insane.
you know what move they need to bring back into Pokemon?
Is it the move that I'm gonna know?
Maybe. Magnitude.
Don't know that move.
So Magnitude had a random power level. It would hit between like Magnitude 1 through 10. And it would just the base power was dependent on which magnitude you hit, but it was so fucking
Oh
random.
good lord.
And the amount of times playing like Pokemon Fire Red that I would get nullified by a little baby Diglett that would hit Magnitude 10 was disgusting.
How big was the base power increase on magnitude 1 to
I
10?
don't remember. Oh hey, Wa just mentioned Magnitude. Hell yeah.
Magnitude, but it's not in the game anymore,
It's
or
not
what?
in the game now.
Magnitude from 4 to 10. Magnitude 10 is 150. Good fucking lord. Is it 100% accurate?
Yeah.
I assume so. Yeah. Wow. Glad that's out of the way then, because I mean,
But
it's
it
it's a
was so
gamble.
fucking funny just to be like, oh, I hit it! Boom!
Let's go. Diglett is gonna be great. Let's just draft Diglett, slap it on with a, or does it get sturdy? I don't know.
Oh, it
Just
has
slap it
Arena
on with
Trap.
magnitude and a focus sash. Either way, let's get on to the moves. Not too big on hazards. We've got one spikes and with Klefki, obviously. Azelf gets stealth rock. I didn't know that, but I don't know. I think that's
Azelf has some
situational. And
tech. Azelf is a very widely diverse Pokemon.
is it? It's also really fast.
Its coverage isn't the greatest, but with special attack and attack stat like that, you can just basically click any offensive move that you want to click and be all right.
Ooh. Yeah, that it's how many points is it on?
It's like
Azelf on
11,
12.
12,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 12. Yeah, okay, okay. That's a solid mid-tier mon. But yeah, we were at the hazard, so not too big on that one, which is fine. Not every team needs it. The only hazard removal is Lucha with defog. Like it's a good defogger, but it's only defog, so maybe hazards will be fine against this team because Iron Moth doesn't like it. Lucha is not gonna like it. Other than that, well, actually, it's pretty fine against hazards. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be. It's not gonna have too much trouble.
And he has a grounded
Uh,
poison type in Iron Moth.
True, true, definitely true. Yep. A lot of momentum. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 U-turns. We've got obviously a Volt Switch on Bolt, Flip Turn on Inteleon, and then 3 baton passes. Yeah, great momentum. Two knockoffs as well. Rillaboom is a great knockoff user. You want to bring that almost every single game. Azelf also gets knockoff, huh? But it's special, right? I'm assuming Azelf is a special
Yeah, it's
attacker.
more special leaning.
Yep.
125 base
Um,
power future sight though is pretty nutty
125. How come?
because that's his special attack stat is base one at 125,
And then slap future sight.
and then you slap future sight on it. Yeah,
Ah, okay, okay. Wow, 125 special attack is nutty.
yeah. Void, it's 125 in
Um,
both. He has base 115 speed.
oh, so he can also run physical.
Yep.
Ooh, good lord. Yeah, then you really want to get knockoff into that. That's great that you have two solid knockoff users.
Yeah.
3 times T-Wave, of course, Klefki with a T-Wave prankster is gonna be annoying as fuck, because what do you really do against it other than maybe a solid dark type that you have? But yeah, you know.
There's a lot
Uh,
of reasons why Swagger got banned, but it's mostly Klefki's fault.
what does Swagger do?
It raises the attack stat by 2 stages and confuses them.
Raises. Sorry, go again.
It raises so you click it on an opposing Pokemon. It raises the opposing Pokemon's attack stat by 2 stages and confuses them. So if they hit themselves in the face due to confusion, it deals more damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that with prankster. That's gonna be
it's
annoying as shit to
it
deal
was
with.
there's a reason it got banned.
Yeah. I'm noticing also here the priority on this team is insane. Of course, you got Thunderclap on Raging Bolt.
Grassy
You've
Glide
got
from Rillaboom.
extreme speed on Suicune, which I didn't know he got that.
Interesting.
I don't know if he's gonna really get a lot of use out of it because I don't know its physical attack
It's not
stat, but
great.
you know. Um, you've got Fake Out and Grassy Glide on Rillaboom, which is great. Yeah, it's great priority in this one actually. Great team. It's
Oh yeah.
it's even better now to look at it as a bit more in depth than what I thought about it on first sight. Raging Bolt as a Terra captain is gonna be big trouble.
Hell yeah. All right. On to your team, buddy boy.
Oh no. Now it feels awkward to talk about my own team actually.
Yeah, well, you're
But
the one with the dock up.
well, luckily I don't have to put that into another prep sheet. Let's just get my own.
All right, so let's look at cores. You've got Walking Wake as a dragon, Enamorus as a fairy, King Gambit as a steel type. Very nice. We've got Sneasler. What type of Sneasler? It's poison fighting, right?
It is, yeah. So
Okay.
fighting fairy steel as well.
Yeah, you got Fighting Fairy Steel. You've also got Fighting Sneasler, Dark King Gambit, and Psychic with Farigiraf. You also have Murkrow for the dark types. We've got a Water Fire Dark. Oh, I'm sorry,
Uh,
Water Fire Grass Core in Walking
Yeah,
Wake,
Lilligant.
Lilligant, and Chandelure.
Yep. I really
Nice.
like Chandelure. I think it's gonna be great. I hope it's gonna be great at least.
It's a good Terra Captain.
Yep, I was in doubt between Terra capping Chandelure or Mousehold, but I think Chandelure is gonna be better because its base special attack is so sky high. It's 140 or 145. I really hope I manage to get some use out of the offensive Terras over there.
Oh yeah.
Um, I like my top three personally. I've already used Numbers and King Gambit a lot. I always just feel like I need a strong fairy type to really
I
perform well, and I
remember
think
I remember the first time you drafted an Amorous, you were like, man, this Pokemon's going to be shit. I only got it because I needed a fairy type. This is not going to work well.
yeah,
And then here we are.
yeah, I love it. Well, of course, I'd rather have Valiant, but I
Right.
think it's the second best offensive fairy type there is at least. I really started to like it because
An
with
Amorous
Contrary,
is
there's really some
busted.
interesting text to run with it. I love Sneasler too. I haven't used it before, but I think it's gonna be great actually because it gives me a grounded poison type, really strong fighting type with good coverage and both poison touch and unburden. I love those abilities. I think there's a lot of text to use with Sneasler and I can be quite original with it. Obviously, I would have loved Terrawater Rhydon, but no, we're not gonna do that this time. So I went with Rhyperior.
The next best
Be-
things, same Terra types.
that was the next one in line. I just thought, yeah, I need that. But if it can't be the best one, then let's just get Rhyperior.
So because you're
But
here
he
and I
does
can
get
ask
solid
you,
rock.
so because you're here,
Sorry,
doesn't he have, what's that? He has Head Smash. Why didn't you go Terra Rock?
because I don't like head smash as a move
That's fair.
personally.
That's fair.
The fact that it can miss a lot of the time, and then with Terra Rock, I'm pretty doomed because it's pretty bad defensively.
Yeah.
But I just like because I still get access to Lightning Rod with Terra Water and then Terra Grass on the occasional times that I do need it. But I just like it to be defensively, sit behind some screens and then or in the trick room and then just slap everything that's in my face because it's base 140 or 145 attack I think. So that's just the way I like to run Rhydon, and I hope Rhyperior is gonna run the same way. It's not gonna be as good, but I hope it's gonna be good enough
Still
because
put in the
it's the
work.
next best option in line.
Why did you go Terra Electric on Cryogonal?
Because there's no weaknesses there.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
Oh, it
it
does
gets
have
levitate.
Levitate? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's why I thought it's not the best option, but it gives me access to some. because my only electric type is Galvantula, and I thought maybe this could be our Terrabolt, a Thunderbolt ish thing with just
You could
Terra
also
Blast.
yeah, I was just gonna say you could run Terra Blast Lightning with any like Ice Beam, and then you have Bolt Beam coverage, so you can just then
Exactly,
deal with yeah. Okay, good point.
exactly. That's what I was going for. But the fact that I don't have any weaknesses with Levitate, Terra Electric, that's just why I went for it. And then Ghost, obviously,
Stop rapid spinners, so
uh,
you can rapid spin their
exactly,
face,
and to
and
stop the
and
fighting
stop
weakness
fighting.
that it
Yep.
has. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I
Hell
was
yeah.
going for with that. I don't think I would have loved Lilligant as a Terra captain, but I came 1 point short with Chandelure and Rhyperior, so I thought Cryogonal was all right. I mainly drafted Cryogonal because I lacked an Ice type and I wanted one of every type, which I do. I got every single type in the game, um, and yeah, as a rapid spinner too, because otherwise I only had Mousehold as tidy up, but I don't always want to bring Mousehold, so I
Right.
thought Cryogonal was a decent 5 pointer, and it fit in as a Terra captain for me.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get into your weaknesses.
Yeah. So wait, for this sheet is looking a bit different than the prep sheet I was using for the other team, so I might give off a bit of a different perspective. But I do have a tiny problem with fairy because I've got two fairy. Okay, yeah, one is Murkrow, so maybe that's not too big of a problem. Because Chandelure is my only resistance to fairy, and of course Walking Wake doesn't like to get hit with fairy moves.
Doesn't
Um,
Galvantula resist fairy? I thought bug resisted fairy, or is it the other way around? Does fairy resist bug?
I don't know if fairy is bugged, but I know for a fact that Galvantula does not resist fairy because it's not popping up here on my dock. Um, I don't really like fighting ones because 4 times weakness with Gambit, 2 times with Rhyperior, but yeah, Terra kind of covers that. But then Mouse, Holt, and Cryogonal also don't like to get hit with a fighting move.
True.
Same goes for Fire, 2 times weakness on Gambit, and then Galvantula, Lilligant, and Cryogonal, all three of them don't like fire either, but I've got that covered with Flash Fire on Chandelure, and then Wake gets hit, gets a 4 times resistance, and then Rhyperior as well. So it's fine. It's fine. It's not the
As
worst.
long as you don't Terra
Uh,
Grass.
yeah, that's trouble. But I think I'm mainly gonna use Terra Water with Lightning Rod combination. I've yeah, Ghost is no problem against me because I've got two normal types, which is handy because Farigrev and Mousehold don't share the same weaknesses because Psychic gives a resistance to fighting, so
Nice.
that's all right. And I also have a grass immunity with Sap Sipper on Farigrev. I think Farigrev in general is just a really great utility mon. Like it's always useful to kind of heal my heavy hitters and just to maybe trick room, maybe I want to do something berry tech with future sight to get some pressure onto it. Yeah, I like Frigorov as a utility mod in general for 7 points. I think it was. I think it's good. I think it's great in general. Other things typing wise, ice is troublesome because Rhyperior and Emerald doesn't like ice types. Wake is neutral to it, so that's fine. But
Unless
then
it's
you also get
freeze
Lilligant.
dry.
Fuck you! Don't say that to the stream.
No, we have to.
Uh, no. We don't. They don't have to know that. The the rest of the teams we can point it out, but there's no need to point it out for my own team. Why would I do that? Um, Rock. I don't like Rock because Enamorous, Chandelure, Galvantula, and Cryogonal, they all get hit with it, but I do have Chandelure and Cryogonal as Terra Captains, so I think I've got the typings covered pretty well if I do say so myself, but maybe there are some glaring weaknesses that someone finds because my top four, three of them are weak to rock. To ground, I'm sorry. So that might spell some trouble.
Yeah.
Um, what's next? What's
What
next? What's
moves you
next for
got?
my moves? Yeah. I'm not too good on hazards. This isn't a hazard team. I've got two stealth rockers in Gambit and Rhyperior. I did want Galvantula for the sticky web, to allow my a little less fast mons to outspeed. Uh, but
Thank you for
my
that,
theme is
Eternum. That's what I needed to hear today.
what did he say? An old man far too clear. uh, this team has a lot of good setup choices though. Yeah. The thing is, last season I ran Aloe Tails with Auroraville, and that really allowed that setup. But now this time around, I need Farigiraf to set up screens. Well, I don't necessarily need screens to set up, but I do like it because it's more
A lot
comfortable for me.
safer, yeah.
But yeah, Sneasler gets okay, just let's just pop some of the text out. Sneasler gets Sword Stance combined with Unburden and then a Focus Sash, and then it's a free setup. It's really gonna crash down. And Amorous obviously with Contrary and then Close Combat, it gets a boost to attack and defense really easily. King Gambit with Sword Stance, Rhyperior with Sword Stance. If King Gambit can set up and then let some of the other team members die, like Sucker Punch is obviously
Can't
not
forget.
something you want against stuff. You want to stand against stuff. Rhyperior with Sword Stance. Wake does not get Dragon Dance if I'm not wrong. It
Mousehold
doesn't get
gets
Dragon
tidy up.
Dance. My household gets tidy up. That is true. That's a great removal, but I also want Cryogonal just for the rapid
Right,
spin.
but tidy up raises attack and speed.
It does, but
So it's
I just
you
hate
can use it
hazards.
as a drag. You can use it as a dragon dance effectively.
Yep, I can, but I don't know. Mousehold. I've used it in another league, and I didn't always find it as comfortable because it does need a turn to set up. Well, it can go without it, but it's not the greatest. And while it's setting up and it's wanting to remove hazards, it often dies because it's not too bulky. So that's why I really wanted the second hazard coverage because I'm scared as shit of hazards. And in this team, it's also like Chandler doesn't like hazards, and Amorous doesn't like hazards. Galvantula doesn't like hazards. Karagonal doesn't like hazards. Murkrow, if you want to count him, doesn't like hazards.
I'm sure you
So I
already.
really wanted.
I'm sure you already knew this, but did you see what Waj just said in the chat?
Zyclaw banned. No. Diclaw isn't banned. No, what it was say no. But if you sleep something, you can't use it is sleep clause. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I just making sure. I had a feeling you already did, but making sure.
Yeah, I'm fine. But you know, am I just not allowed to use Diclaw as soon as one mon gets put to sleep?
Correct.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm fine because this team, except for maybe Lilligant, does Lilligant get Spore or was it Stun Spore? I'm not sure. I can check actually.
I think it has both.
That's not showing up in a status condition. Let's check real quick.
Oh, it gets
Lilligant's
sleep powder. That's what it is.
sleep powder. There we go. I'm not planning on using sleep powder that much. Maybe situationally, but mainly it's gonna be Dire Claw. So if I like the chances of putting them on to sleep are they're there, but it can also poison or it can also what's the other one? Uh, Paralyze.
There, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not afraid of using Dire Claw. Uh, Elegant can sleep are not the case in standard showdown formats. Oh, what? You sure about that? Yeah. Either way, where was I? Where's my doc?
The reason why we decided to do that way with Claw TBL is because Claw is such a busted move.
It is.
The fact that you can there are ways to cheat the sleep clause, like we mentioned in Dramatic Wine's team. If she puts something to sleep, but then it falls asleep due to something like
Affect spore.
effect spore, that's different. But the fact that you can hit Dire Claw 6 for 6 times and sleep the entire opposing Pokemon's team, it's just obviously it's not going to happen, but it could happen.
Yeah, it could. It could. The chances are low, but it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm aware of it. But still, mainly just gonna use Dire Claw to just disrupt the team. I don't know which disruption I'm gonna get myself, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, I hope Sneasler is gonna be trouble this league. What else was I saying?
Sorry.
Um, my speed tiers. I haven't talked about my speed tiers.
Oh,
So,
right.
I mainly went for a little bit of a faster team. We got 120. Well, nothing too fast, but just in general, it's quite fast. So I've got 120 on Sneasler. Then you got a couple things above 100. 106 on an average, which is great to outspeed those 100s, 102, some things 105. Can outspeed all of them, which is nice. 109 on Walking Wake. 111 Mousehold, 108 Galvantula, and 105 Caragonal. So that's mainly all above 100. Then Chandler on 80, which is
Pretty
decent mid
mid,
tier,
yeah.
but yeah, it can also be run with a scarf. I'm not afraid of using scarf on Chandelure, which I like to do because when it's fast and it hits like a motherfucker with 145 special attack, like it can really take out a lot of things in one hit. For the rest, yeah, for Gref is slow, and then I do have an option of Trick Room with Rhyperion and King Gambit if I set up Trick Room. I really liked using Rhydon in Trick Room, so I might do that a couple of times. But mainly I went for a little bit of a faster team this season around because I don't really want to rely on Trick Room that much because I'm not as a player I'm not too good with using Trick Room. But yeah, maybe it comes around. So I got two removals. Momentum is mid. I've got three U-turns, but one of them is Murkrow, but I do have Sneasler and Mousehold. Volt switch on Galvantula, and then a flip turn on Wake, but that's pretty much it. The big problem on my team, which I noticed after drafting, but it's whatever. I only have one knockoff user in Wake, and Wake doesn't really want to use knockoff,
Nope.
so I am missing that move, which is a great move that I don't have. I hoped that Sneezer would get knockoff, but it doesn't, so that kind of sucks for me. But yeah, I think I cover a lot of other things, so I hope I can make it work around that.
You'll be alright.
Um, Status is decent. I think I've got five T waves, Infragraph, Galvantula, Gambit. Yeah, I'm not gonna use T wave on Gambit, but maybe. And Mousehold, Toxic on Sneasler, of course, with a Dire Claw also, which is great status. Um, and then Will O Wisp on Chandler. So status is decent. It's not the best, but yeah, I think that gets most of the things covered. I don't know. What do you think about my team? Because I might be biased.
I think it's pretty well rounded.
What is it
Like
missing?
you having access to all 18 types is really strong. Being able to pivot around using whatever type you need for any given situation is really nice. And you have good Pokemon in those stats. Like I think the weakest, obviously outside of Murkrow, I think there are better ice types than Cryogonal, but he's still a solid
Yeah,
ice type. There's better grass types than Lilligant, but
definitely.
Lilligant still has plenty of use. But like Galvantula being bug and electric, that covers a good chunk, especially because it has sticky web, and like it's sticky
Yeah,
sticky
that's
web's
the
just
main
gross.
reason I drafted it for.
Yeah. And it has good pivot. You have volt switch or you. He has U turn too, right?
Let's check. I think it does. No,
No,
it
so
does
just
not.
just volt switch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I like your team. Your team it's gonna hit really hard. You picked very much a. I don't want to call it hyper offensive because you do have a lot of tech involved with this team. You can do. There's a lot of
yeah,
interesting
but
things
there's
that you
there's
can do.
not a great amount of bulk.
No,
Yeah.
it's very offensive. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, you win by killing Pokemon. So,
I hope I will. Let's see.
all right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it for my team.
Cool, cool. We got
Let's
the
get on to the next one.
final two.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. My week one opponent.
Tim with the Rio Lunoa Zoro. All right. Let's look for cores. What do we got for cores? We've got Grass, Fire, Water in Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Cloyster. Hell yeah. You also have Ogre Pond to fill the grass roll in there. Um, Psychic, we have Galarian Slowking. Fighting, we have Iron Hands. And Dark, we have Meowscarada. Very nice. I don't see a Dragon Fairy Steel Core.
No, there's no dragon here.
Nope, no dragon. But you do have two
Fairy.
fairies, and you do have Alolan Sandslash as your steel type,
Two fairies.
and Riolu as a steel type as well is pretty nice.
Where's
Uh,
the two fairies? Am I
Rabombi,
missing something? Yeah, and what's the other one?
Skeledirge. Oh no, I'm an idiot.
What?
I'm an idiot.
Skeledirge?
I'm so used to seeing Terra Fairy
Terra.
Skeledirge
Yeah,
that I just
yep.
don't listen to me.
I really expected him to Terra Cap Skeledirge, but he didn't. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad actually, because I would have been cooked.
Yeah, Terra Fairy, Terra Water, Terra Ghost Skeledirge would be fucking nutty.
Sandslash Alolan and Riolu. All right. So let's look at the base of his monster. Like Meowscarada, terrifying as fuck with protein, really fast, access to a lot of different techs, can run both band and scarf, has access to T-spikes, good pivot with U-turn, and
It
protein
also
U-turn
has
can...
access to Trick Room.
Does it?
It can learn Trick Room,
Oh, good
which is
lord,
which
because
is
Steam does not look bad in
but
Trick Room.
it's also great for an anti-Trick Room. If you think someone else is going to click Trick Room, you're faster. Yours is going to
Mm-hmm.
go off first.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that Meowscarada had access to Trick Room.
That's pretty good.
Um, yeah, Slowking, solid utility mon. Really bulky too with Regenerator. It's really great. Gliscor. Oh my good lord, I hate this mon with everything I have in my heart. This is so annoying. It's the best. It's the best lead mon out there because there's nothing you can do against it. It leads, it protects, and it activates its Toxicorp. And
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing to stop it. What
Mm-hmm.
do you do? Nothing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do against it in my week 1 matchup. There's nothing. But oh well. Iron Hands, really solid, really bulky.
Oh shit.
With fighting electric is great. What's up?
Dallas and Tim's Terra Captains aren't showing.
Oh yeah, they aren't. But they are on the draft page.
Yeah,
How do we make them show up?
give me 2 seconds and I'll fix that.
Okay,
I don't want to do
I'll
that.
continue. So Iron Hands, really bulky. Slap on an Assault Vest to that thing, and it doesn't die. And of course, he has really high attack, and fighting and electric are great attack typings. Although electric isn't the best physical attacking, but he has such a high attack stat that he can make Thunder Punch actually work, in my opinion, which not a lot of other electric types can do. Skeledirge. I expected this one to be Terra Captain because it's a rock solid Terra Captain with Terra Fairy, like you said, with Terra Water, and then just whatever you want, as in Ghost or Fire. Also with Unaware, like you can set up against this, but because it
Oh,
just doesn't work.
it is
And the
storming
fact that
outside my house. I just heard a
oh no no
fuckload of
no,
thunder.
let's hope that the stream doesn't cut out then.
Let us hope.
So Skeledirge also has great opportunity to set up, like with what's it called, the Torch Song. And now with Throat Spray, obviously. Um, yeah, that's a scary mon. It's a really scary mon. Would have been even scarier with as a Terra Captain, but I think his other Terra Captains aren't bad. Ribombi gets access to the Sticky Web and a lot of other really clean techs. I've looked into it with Dallas a couple of hours ago, and it does get access to a lot of weird techs that I didn't expect it to get actually. I do think you mainly want to run this with a focus sash because hit it with a wet noodle and it dies. But other than that, it's really fast. Gets access to great utility. Shield dust isn't a bad ability at all. It's like an inbuilt covert cloak, so that's great.
That is so
Ogre Pawn.
weird. Because you're right, it is showing up on the draft, but it's not showing up on team sheets.
Yeah, those two are interlinked, right?
Yeah. I'll have to talk to Blizzard or Charcoal about it. They'll figure it out. I don't fucking know how to use
Sure.
sheets.
Nah, me neither. Either way, I can pop up the Terra Captains in a bit though. I'm sure they're Cloister and Sandslash. I forgot the typings. I think Cloister was Water, Fire, Grass, which is never a bad idea. Sandslash, Steel, and something else. I don't know. I'll check in a bit. But Ogre Pawn corner, obviously really great, solid, heavy hitter, 110 base speed with sturdy, which is always annoying because you really want to take this mon out in one hit because it's gonna deal a lot of damage back, but you can't because it has sturdy. Cloister. At first, I thought Cloister was a weird Terra pick, but now the more I think about it, Santos has Fairy, Ghost, and Steel, by the way. Thank you very much, TBL. Cloister is a really good Terra captain, actually, because if you Terra it and get access to a Shell Smash, if you manage to get that up, with Terra, you should be able to most of the time, because you Terra to live a hit, and then just, yeah, in Shell Smash, this mon is really, really, really hard to stop. Who joined us? Blizzard. Hello.
Problem.
Oh, we're doing the draft right now though, but or we're doing the stream right now though, buddy.
Oh, you guys live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how long has it been going? It's 4 hours or?
Almost
Around
3.
3? Yep.
Oh, damn. It's a long stream.
Well,
Hashtag tech support.
What's going on? I see
Tim.
Tim's.
Yeah, Tim's
Yeah,
and
we're at
Dallas's.
Tim's right now.
They're not showing up on the team sheets portion, but they are in the draft
Oh,
board.
not the team sheets portion. Oh, yes, this is probably the same issue. Of the fact that there's 14 players now.
Yeah, that'll do it.
When there's 14 players, because we had 12 last season. And this is duping the season we did have 12, the doubles one. The 7th and 14th players aren't counted in some things.
Damn.
So there's no way to fix that either? Because they are on the team sheet,
I mean,
on the
there's
draft
definitely
page.
a
So.
fix that. I should figure it out.
Okay, let's get a tech support charcoal in then for the bit of coding.
No, Blizzard's tech support right now.
Do you know how to fix this shit?
He's been doing fucking great.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, isn't this stuff all really complex with a lot of coding? I don't know.
I've been able to figure out stuff for the most part. I think it's just copying the. Yeah, it looks like it's copying the stuff from. And so it has the draft portion for the person on the other on the thing above it. So like Tim's is copying voids even though it's not showing up, so that means there's probably an error somewhere else. But it's just the same formula as his pretty much, or a very similar formula. So I need it to reference BM14 instead of BA. I just changed that. Let's see what changes.
Nope, nothing still. It's still blank.
Yeah.
Aren't you just able to... Wait,
AS?
can I try something? I hope I don't destroy the entire dock. Or
I
can
wouldn't.
I not?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it then.
Don't pull a me.
What the fuck did you do?
I don't.
Draft.
It was sometime during season 1 of Phalanx. I went to go fix something and I fucked the entire sheet up, and Charcoal was not happy with me.
Oh yeah, Blizzard. Maybe I should mention this. I don't think I destroyed anything, but on the draft page, I noticed today that Tim's Terra types weren't added onto the draft page either. So what I did, and I hope this isn't something bad, but I went to Pokedex and I copy and pasted the logos on the L.
Thingy. I can fix them for you.
That's
Yeah.
Maybe that could be
Did I
part
do
of the
anything
issue.
bad? Because I didn't know.
Damn.
I
I don't
mean,
know if y'all
it
heard
could be
that
part of
thunder,
the
but that
issue.
shit's wild.
Oh, I did. That was crazy.
Yeah, we did.
So you just
Because I didn't know another way to let them to make them show up, but I was tired of.
I don't have ease on this. So, or I don't have I can't do the E with the accent on this keyboard. Let me fix this formula. You didn't reference the formula. If you're doing it, you can reference where it is on the data part. If you just go to the data sheet, and or not the data, the Pokedex sheet. Sorry.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
on
I
the
just clicked on the types and copy pasted them.
You see how it says L12 is the ghost one? So you go to the draft, and then if you want Ghost, you do exclamation point, or no, you're not. You do equals. Sorry, equals
Equals Pokedex.
Pokédex in parentheses in one like parentheses one quotation mark. Sorry, not parentheses. One quotation mark, and then exclamation point L12.
Mhm.
That's what you do for Ghost, and then like Fairy is like 19, and Steel is 18.
Yeah,
I
this
have
was just
a lot of
my
these
my.
memorized just because I had to do this for every single person. The
That
water's
is some terrible
5,
work. That I
grass is 3, fire's 4.
Normal is
Yeah, I've
2.
pretty much memorized all of them. And I think fighting is 6.
It is.
Yeah, it is. All right. So now they're actually referencing the right things. If I go back to team sheets, uh,
oh. Yeah, they're also not showing up for Dallas, which is weird because
It's because
those did get put in the right way.
he's
no,
the
it's just because they're the 7th and 14th players. That's the reason why.
Ah,
because when Charcoal edited the sheet last season, he did it for 12 players because that's all we had for VGC.
that does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that you added an outline too, accidentally. Can you?
Yeah, that was just by copy pasting it. It automatically took it over.
All right.
My bad.
Well,
That was just my wish version of
Let
trying to
me just
fix
get rid
something.
of. This would probably be easier if I just like do this, delete them all, and then what was they? It was. Even though this is kind of a pain, this is probably a better way of doing it. So fairy.
when I do
Let
the
me check
times
this.
when I do the timestamps for the YouTube video, I might have to do a tech support timestamp.
Tech support. 15 minutes tech support, unfortunately.
Where's sorry for all the viewers. I don't realize this was live. First
Well,
one.
maybe they learn a thing or two about tech support this week.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can understand what I'm saying when I'm talking.
I don't. That's fine.
You just type in the formula. If you look at the formula that I'm working on, like the square I'm hovered over, it says like after I do it, I guess you can just see what the formula says,
Oh, I
and then you
see.
do the exact same thing except change the number depending on what type it is.
Okay,
I
I'll
mean,
keep
it's
in
easier
mind
for me to
if
do because again, I remember that what the typings are or what the number is for
Oh.
each typing.
There's the rain.
yeah.
But
The stream is gonna end in a bit.
We got to boogie along then. Do we want to, Blizzard? Do you mind working on this in the background and we'll keep going on?
yeah, feel free to keep going.
All right. Where were we?
Terra Captain Cloister is what I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, Terra
So
Captain Cloister.
if you at first I thought like weird pick, I would rather have Scaldirge, but the more I think about it and the more I mocked against it, it's annoying as shit because you Terra and you get a free Shell Smash and then it becomes really dangerous. So Cloister is a great Terra Captain, a really good one. And in general, like everything that gets Shell Smash is actually great Terra Captain, but Cloister definitely because it's a lower tier mon. Well, he also has access to snow with Slowking, and then Sandslash can really thrive in that one with
Yeah.
what's it called, Slush Rush
Yep.
or Snow Cloak. He gets both. So I think there's great Terra Captains. He does still have 5 points remaining, but unfortunately only Riolu has mon lower than 5 points.
Snowcloak is banned, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, same with
Oh well.
Sandveil. Anything that gives you an
Oh,
inherent invasion.
okay.
Evasion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you still get Slush Rush though, which is also good.
Yes.
I think the only issue I have with this team is the fact that he has only 9 viable mons because Riolu, meh. I don't think you're ever gonna use. What, who? Riolu gets Prankster?
Riolu gets fucking prankster, dog.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Ask Game Freak.
does
He's pretty
he?
good actually with some of his moves. He gets well in doubles. I guess he's actually not crazy, and he's pretty bad in singles. But in doubles, he can get like coaching, which is not bad.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't think he gets the weathers, but he gets.
I hope
I forget.
not.
He gets a handful of things. I think he does get the weathers actually. I remember I had him
Let me just pull up
on
Riolu
my
real
doubles
quick.
team before I dropped him, but he gets Yeah, coaching,
Rankster
helping
on fucking
hands.
Riolu. What are we talking about?
He gets
Um,
copycat, which is good. He does get the weathers, so he gets some tech. He's generally not great though, just because there's a lot of better prankster mons,
yeah,
and Volbeat is just an instant
he
upgrade.
gets the sun and he gets the rain. What else? What else?
Pushing is really the only, or one of his best, and the weathers, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not
In singles, he's
that
not even.
that big on things he can use with prankster, but you know, for a 1 pointer, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, if you look at his speed tiers, you've got Meowscarada and Ribombi both being extremely fast at 123 and 124 respectively. Ogerpon is sitting at 110. Then you still got Gliscor at 95, which is decent, but other than that, his team is quite slow, actually. So with Meowscarada, he might be able to use Trick Room because Scaldurge can be useful right there. Iron Hands for sure. Slowking, you know, maybe you find some techs with that because he's at 30 base speed, so that can be a handful. Then Sandslide at 65, which is still good. So yeah, he has a bit of a dual working there where he can be both really fast with a couple of months and then really slow and use Trick Room. So that's great.
I think I figured it out, by the way.
Nice.
Did you get it? Big thank you to our tech support.
Oh, there we go.
Look at, you see how the C showed up?
Yep.
Yep.
It's just should be the exact same thing, except we changed the last, the maroon section. You change that. You just move it to the right one, so it should be. If I copy this formula, oops, sorry, let me copy it exactly. You instead of BL, just BM, and then, yep.
Boom. Good shit, buddy.
And if I copy this formula
There we go.
here, and
Oh.
oops, I just gotta move it to the. You gotta move it one more every time, I guess. BLM, and then BN, and then BO.
Yep.
And you get your 3 types. So
Hell
got it.
yeah.
the only reason I'm able to figure this stuff out, by the way, is because you can just look at the other formulas and see what the difference is. So look at voids and then look at wolfies and look at them and see what's the trend and where is it referencing and where does it change between the two of them. And then if you look at like draft wolfies, it references draft AR, AS, and AT at first. So you go to AR on his and you see how that's the left of the two, right? The left of the two things that take up the Pokemon slot. AS is the right of the two things that take up the Pokemon slot, and then AT is the thing that with the C in it. And then for the right of it, it's AU, AV, and AW for the 3 Terra types. You go back to team sheets, you see how on his 3 things it's AU, AV, and AW. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Charcoal does, and so I just literally copy. I figure out what he's doing, and then I copy it. So
Well, that's a great way to get around it, actually. Because I wouldn't have figured that out personally. I'm not gonna mess
it's
with the
easier than
sheet.
it sounds. I mean, it's like a little puzzle.
Yeah, that's where I
So
quit.
this should be
Um,
be able to fix this
what
for you.
weaknesses does Tim have?
Let's have a look.
Sorry to interrupt your stream, guys.
You're good, bro. You're
You,
good.
no problem at all. Thank you
Ain't
for
no
the help.
thing. Yes,
Sorry
sir.
to the viewers too.
Nah, fuck them. They'll be alright.
They have nothing to say anyway. What are you gonna do? Change the stream? Ain't gonna happen. So, if we look at the weaknesses, you'd think fighting because he's got 3 2 times weakness and a 4 times weakness. But then he has an immunity and he has 3 resistances, so he's pretty decent on fighting. He's got that covered. Flying is an issue though, because he's
Flying
got
is an issue.
three weaknesses to it. One of them is Riolu though, so I don't know if you should count that. Maybe situationally, and not really a lot of resistances. Same goes with fire. He's got 2 times weakness and a 4 times weakness, and then only 1 resistance and no immunities on his part. So that might be trouble, but yeah, he's got Skeledirge to cover for that. Iron Hands with an Assault Fist has no trouble. Same goes for Gliscor, Slow King. So, it's gonna be fine. Rock, he has 3 weaknesses and 2 resistances only, but still, that's fine. He doesn't have a normal type though, so he's not got any ghost coverage really. Well, he does get coverage. He's got 2 resistances, but no immunities.
No immunities, yeah.
And also no dragon type, which is, like you said before, it's not an issue, but I think you always like a dragon type on your team, right? You always like that extra offense, but it's not a big issue. Round he has 1 immunity in Gliscor and then 2 resistances, but he does have 4 2 times weaknesses. So, like, he's pretty covered in everything, but there are some holes which you can puncture if you have the right mons to do so. But if you look at his moves, this is another hazard galore. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spikes hitters in Cloister, Gliscor, Scarada, Ogre, Pawn, and Sandslash. He's got 2 Rockers in Gliscor and Sandslash. Of course, Sticky Web with Ribombi is annoying as fuck.
Thank you, Blizzard.
Sorry, I had trouble with the last one
Very
because
good.
I copied and pasted it, and then it was messed up. So I had to just paste it first and then edit it for editing. So forget that.
Hell
You
yeah,
made
buddy.
everything work.
Appreciate you.
Thank you,
See
Blizzard.
you guys on the stream.
Deuces.
Yep, see you around. Bye bye.
Also try and, if you can, just for the consistency of it, you see how like look at Void's thing, and you see how his Inteleon has like the right C, and then Raging Bolt has like the wrong C. Just make it the same size, the same font. Which
Yeah,
is,
I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I noticed that when I input his, because he
Whatever.
submitted Terra Captains first, and I don't know what the hell happened with that.
Yeah, so just make it look nice for me.
Got you.
All right. See you guys.
Later.
See ya.
Enjoy your
Bye
stream.
bye. So where were we? At the hazards, he has Ribombi with Sticky Web, which is annoying as shit. That's just, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Because Ribombi is so fast, he's going to be able to set up almost every time. Because I'm expecting mainly a Focus Sash with Ribombi, maybe some Berry Techs, but yeah, he's probably always going to be able to get that Sticky Web off. And then 4 Toxic Spikes in Cloister, Gliscor, Scarada, and Glow King. So he's got a lot of good hazards. That's a great hazard setter right there. 1 removal in Sanchez, which is a good hazard removal, but if you got a ghost type, you might be able to cover that. Because it's only rapid spin, but it's a good rapid spinner, so not too bad. Momentum is decent. We've got 4 U-turners in Gliscor, Scarada, Ogre, and Ribombi. So that's pretty good. Also a Tutor Reception over there and a Volt Switch on hands. Now, another really good thing about this team is the fact that he has 1, 2, 3, 4 knockoff users. And Gliscor, Escarada, Ogrepon, and Sandslash, they're all great mons with they're able to pack a punch with good offensive capabilities. So those 4 knockoff users are really great and annoying to deal with. Definitely Gliscor, because fuck that mon. Personal bias. I hate it. Status is pretty good. We've got a T-Wave on Glow King, 2 Toxics in Gliscor and Glow King, Will-O-Wisp on Dirge, and also Yawn on both Dirge and Glow King. Yeah, another great tech, of course, is Will-O-Wisp and Hex with Skeledirge, which is annoying to deal with. He's got to get it off most of the time if he wants to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if I missed anything
I don't think so.
important on this team. But yeah, like, it's a really great team. Decent synergy. Definitely with the snow, he can do some funny things. But I think the main weakness is the fact that he only has 9 viable mons, so you're gonna expect what he's gonna bring eventually. Unless he's really creative with his techs on his mons, which he can be, because he has a lot of mons that can do that. But, he's gonna have to be creative to make it really work in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a pretty heavy reliance on the chili reception, I feel.
Yeah, like you can definitely work just without Glow King and Sandslash. Like, you can still have something like Scarada, Glassguard Hands, Dirge, Ogre, and then Cloister or Ribombee. Whatever rocks your boat. Or roast your boat, whatever. But yeah, Snow, I think he has a solid way to get it up though. Like
He
Zero
does.
Reception, Regenerator. It works really well.
He does. All right.
Anything else? Or are we on to the last
We're on to
one?
the last team.
Let's go. Let's get that little fucker's team.
We've got Dallas with the Colorado
Yeah.
Charizards. Now I'm gonna
Yeah, first
roast
sight that
him
team is shit.
immediately. I'm gonna roast him immediately because when he was
Yes.
when he was talking to me before we started doing picks, he was like, "This is what I want to do," yada yada blah blah blah, and I was like, "All right, I don't think it's a bad idea. However, I think you should try to broaden your horizons a little bit. You use a lot of the same shit every single season, and I get it. If you're comfortable with something, you're comfortable with it." And he was like, "You're right. I'm gonna broaden my horizons. I'm gonna go out of my comfort box." And I was like, "Cool." And what does this motherfucker do? He goes right back
again.
into his comfort zone. We've got
Threats
Baxcalibur.
again.
We've got Alolan Ninetales. We've got Treads. We've got Dockspun. Ah!
Yep, straight back to his old habits. But I mean, they work.
But I'm also,
if it works for him.
I just have to give Dallas shit. I've been giving him shit for the last 13 years. I'm not going to stop now.
I've not been onto the Dallas hate train that long, but yeah, I really enjoy shitting on him.
It's an easy train to board.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. It's not. It's yeah. I was on it quite early. I definitely haven't upped off of it. Dockspun. Hello Tails. What cores are you looking at? Or are we looking at?
Cores. We've got Treads as a steel type, Bax as a dragon type, and Dockspun as a fairy type. It's not the best core. Dockspun seems to inhibit it just a little bit. We've got fighting. Oh, I guess he has A9. He has A9 as his fairy as well. So that's really solid. Actually, yeah, no. Treads, Baxcalibur, and Ninetales is a huge. That's a really big core. Never mind. I redact my statement. I redact that. That's pretty solid.
Fuck. Less hate on Dallas.
Less hate on Dallas, motherfucker. I don't see any psychic types. Nope.
Nope.
So he's missing that core. He does not have the water, grass, fire core either.
Oh well.
Damn, he doesn't have a single fire type.
He does.
Oh, Heart Flame. Duh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
but that's also grass.
Yeah, it's also grass. So he half points for that because he has a grass and a fire combined, and his water type is Urshifu, which Urshifu is fantastic. So that's a really great water type, but he's only got half the core technically.
Wow. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I don't see any other crazy cores here, like off-typing cores at least. Really good utility with Glamora and Chansey. Chansey's and Sableye. Sableye is actually a techie little bastard.
Yup. Prankster again. Has a lot of utility to work with.
A lot of utility.
That's annoying. Yep. Definitely.
I have a fear here that he's gonna try to spam fucking Tailwind.
Dragon Dance. Oh.
No, because I like Tailwind. But Dallas is so attached to Tailwind, and it's not great in singles.
Not really, no. Are we going to discuss the FA changes? Have there been any FA changes?
There's been a couple, but I'm not going to talk about them because this is technically a pre-season or pre-battle review.
Wait, hold up. Which changes do we have?
Dallas did a couple of things.
Oh no, fuck him. It's just Dallas. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's just Dallas. Who gives a shit?
Nah.
But even if like a bunch of other people did it too, it's still they did those changes after the season had already technically started, so they don't count as the draft review because we're reviewing your base draft after grace period.
Yeah, maybe we do something else on that, but make an entire stream just for the FA changes sounds a bit.
Yeah.
unnecessary to me.
Yeah. All right.
Let's maybe have a look at his speed tiers.
Speed tiers.
Okay, so all around pretty fast actually. Not the fastest, but he has kilowatt shot 125 obviously. Really fast mon. Great mon too. Does he have a Terra Captain? No. Oh, it's Terra Bands, right?
For who? I'm sorry.
Kilowatt shot.
Yes, Kilowattrel is Teraband.
Yeah, yeah. Great mon though, still.
Solid one.
Ogre Pawn at 110. Solid. Fast. Deals a lot of damage all the time. Good typing. Ogre Pawn is a good mon, definitely.
It is.
The rest is somewhat high mid tiers. We've got Iron Treads 106, which is great. Aloe Tails 109. Solid. The rest like Darkspawn 95, Urshifu 97. Uh, Slowest one is Chansey and Sableye at 50, but yeah, Sableye doesn't give a fuck because Prankster. Yep, along the board, pretty fast, but not extremely fast, but solid, definitely fast enough. What text can he pull off? You've got Backs in the Snow.
Backs in the Snow is tech alone. There's one thing I
Yeah.
wanted to point out to keep an eye out for, and I'm only pointing this out because Dallas talked to me himself about it.
Yes, point it out.
Doxbun has Baton Pass.
He does.
Doxbun ability boosts its defense if it's hit by a fire type move. So
He does.
he was asking me if he was allowed to Baton Pass that, and I said technically no. However,
No.
there is one caveat. If you say he has Alolan Ninetales, like the rest of his team is dead except for Doxbun, Alolan Ninetales, and Iron Treads. Well,
Okay.
a well-timed fire move kills 2 of those Pokemon.
Yeah.
So if you predict a switch and you click a fire type move, but he doesn't switch and he uses Baton Pass instead, you click the fire type move into Doxbun after it has already hit Baton Pass. That is the only acceptable time for it to Baton Pass the defense boost because he didn't predict it. Does that make sense?
I mean, it does make sense, but
Because it wasn't intentional.
yeah, but you know, it's not. Maybe for Dallas it could be intentional because I don't like to hype him up, but if there's one guy that reads the field well that I know of, it's him.
Yeah.
So he can definitely read that, and then
But if it is
I mean,
intentional,
I
it's easy
wouldn't
to
call it
spot.
cheating.
If it is intentional, it's easy to spot. And you know what we do when we do that? You got to redo the battle, and you don't get to bring Doxbun.
Yeah,
That's
I
how this
mean,
works. If you get caught cheating or doing something that you're not allowed to do, the battle does not count. You have to redo it, and whatever Pokemon did the intentional thing or did the thing that it's not supposed to do, you have to bring the exact same team, and that Pokemon cannot be there.
yeah, but I think it's difficult to actually enhance this rule or like look upon it because maybe he didn't predict it and he was just lucky, but because it's Dallas, he is definitely able to. So I think it's difficult to actually.
We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, a close one at that, but it's something we have to think about regarding next season though.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Pretty much a Turnham.
yeah, but you know we don't want stats to be baton passed. So
But there's
yeah,
also
for now he
other
can.
Pokemon that can do that too. There's also plenty of other Pokemon
True.
that can do
Yeah.
that on accident as well.
That's right. That's definitely right. Any other texts we're looking at?
Not really.
Maybe
This isn't a very techy team.
Not really, but maybe something Corrosion Glimora thingy.
Corrosion Glimora, yeah.
He could pull it off, but mainly Backs in the Snow. Watch him click Dragon Dance 4 times, and then you kill Excalibur, so it's no big deal.
But I had to get the 1-hit KO. Yeah, and you could have done a 4-hit KO if you just clicked the fucking move.
Nope. Keep on dancing, because if I get the KO, then I win the game.
And I dance, and I dance.
Oh, I love to bully him. Let's look at the typings. Let's see. Fighting has got 3 weaknesses, but then there's two resistance and immunity, so it should be good. Fairy, 3 weaknesses, but also 3 resistances, so fine by me. No, poison is alright. Rock. He has 4 rock weaknesses, and
Ooh.
yeah, he does have 4 times resistance and a 2 times resistance, but still 4 rock weaknesses is not what something you like to have.
No.
And it's not on his Terra captains either. Uh, yeah, just looking at his Terra captains in general, Glamora is alright. Chansey is also alright, but yeah, they're not the most impressive ones out there, I believe. For his team, it makes sense that he chose those two, but they're all right in my opinion, unless there's some tech I'm missing with either Glamora or Chansey.
Say
But
that
I
one more
don't
time.
think so. That his Terra captains are not impressing me that much, unless there's a tech I'm missing with Terra Glamora or
I
something.
mean, Terra flying to mitigate the fucking
Yeah,
4 times
yeah,
to an immunity is pretty good.
it makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
I
Yeah,
mean, he does
that's
have.
true.
Turnham just pointed out he does have 2 spinners. He has Treads and Glamora,
Yep,
and
definitely. Mortal
both,
spin is also
which is really
annoying.
cool because both of those Pokemon can deal with Goldango on the week that he has to fight the Goldango. Because Treads can just fucking
Ooh,
hit. Oh, Treads doesn't have ground type moves. I don't think.
what? Of course he does.
What does he have?
Earthquake,
Does Treads have Earthquake?
doesn't he? It's a fucking ground bomb.
It is.
Let me check.
No, he's Steel Electric. No, he's not electric. Dude, I'm retarded.
He's ground and
He's
steel.
ground steel. Again, I'm used to Terra
Yeah,
Electric.
he gets earthquake. He gets stomping
Yeah.
tantrum. He gets bulldoze.
Hey, I've been doing this
Uh,
stream for 3.5 hours. I'm tired. I'm also
yeah.
retarded. I will never deny that.
He also gets earth power. That's true, but with a 72 base special attack, I don't know if you want to. Maybe in a weird tech, which is an option, but he does get earthquake, which is normal since he's ground and steel.
Right, because he came from Don fan, so he should have. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just
he
seeing
better
if
have.
you guys knew that. That's what that was. I was testing y'all's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you almost got me with that one.
Oh, almost only
Host
counts
is
in
testing
hand,
us
shoes,
after
and horse
3.5
grenades.
hours. Goddamn, yeah. Chansey, good Terra Captain because it's bulky, but other than that, yeah, it's just handy that he can Terra and then he will live a lot of things and just spam T-Wave, Soft Boil, Heal Bell, things like that. But other than that, not too impressive, I'd say,
it's a
but decent.
it's a decent, like, the synergy in the team is very well. The team itself has
Yep,
synergy, but when you're looking at it broad
definitely.
term for having to deal with everything, it struggles.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's doable. Like Eternum already did it. Good job to you there, Eternum. You played him really well. But yeah, if Dallas is on his A game, he can really do a lot with his team.
Absolutely.
We haven't looked at the moves yet, though. Let's
Nope.
do that for a second. Yeah, no surprise, he has Glimora for every single hazard that you want to have.
You want spikes?
But he
We got
also,
it. Do you want stealth
yep,
rocks?
yep,
We got it. Do you want T spikes?
three,
We have that too.
you got it. Yep, absolutely. Uh, Ogerpon also gets spikes. I didn't know that, but all right.
Interesting.
Ogerpon gets spikes. Chansey with a stealth rock and Threats with a stealth rock. Yep, normal. As pointed out before, he's got two great removals in Glimora and Threats with Rapid Spin and Mortal Spin. Really, really good. Goldango does cover both of those spinners though. But yeah, well,
Until
that's
they click
Goldango.
Earthquake or Earth Power.
Yep, then he's gone. Um, what else do we have? Decent momentum with 3 U-turners in what Kilowatt Troll, Ogerpon, Urshifu. 2 Volt Switches, Iron Threats does get Volt Switch, which is really nice for him. 3 knockoffs
That's
in
where I
threats.
got the electric type bullshit from. It was from Volt Switch.
Because against
That's
Volt
what it was.
Switch.
Yeah. Yep.
Easy mistake to make. Yeah, happens.
Don't
Happens to
listen
the
to
best
me.
of us. Yeah, so threats and Ogre Pawn do get knockoff, which is great. Yeah, threats is solid. He's used it for a couple of draft threats so far. Thunderwave on Chansey, Kilowatt Troll, and Sableye. Sableye also gets Will-O-Wisp, so that is an annoying one to deal with Prankster. Yeah, solid lower tier mon, Sableye, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And Dogsman also gets Yawn,
It's
which
funny because
is
I just yawned as you said that. Wild.
yeah, it was Dogsman. That was he's already getting to you, man.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? Anything else we need to cover?
I
Or am I
don't
missing
think so.
something?
I think we're good.
Yeah, right. I think so too.
Well,
All right.
thank you
We
everybody who
battled
came
our
to
way
watch.
through.
We did. And we had a solid view count the entire time too. I think the
Mm-hmm.
lowest I saw it go was to like 5 or 6. The max was at like 11, and we've had consistently like 6 or 7 the entire stream. So thank you everybody for watching. It's an honor to be your mildly stupid host.
Yeah, impressive that people watched through the entire what is it? 3.5 hours?
Three and
3
a
hours?
half
Something like that.
hours. Yeah.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Perks of doing it on the
Thank
weekend
you
though, because
guys.
I used to do the live streams on Monday, and nobody wants to fucking sit there for that long on a Monday.
I also wouldn't sit there that long on a Monday.
Don't blame me.
Definitely not. Yeah, this is great.
All right. Well, we will have the power rankings out soon.
Yep.
Oh,
We're gonna talk
yeah,
about that behind the scenes.
Eternum. We're gonna do that after the stream, and then we'll post those into the Discord.
Yeah, we should still make a separate tab for power rankings, or are we gonna put those in info up?
Yeah, I'll make a separate channel for them both.
Perfect. All right. You guys will see the power rankings up soon.
This is gonna be a hard power ranking. There's so much scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed actually. Now that I looked at the teams more in depth, a lot of them are looking really, really solid.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well,
We'll
thank you
see you
again for
around, guys.
everybody. Thank you for
Yep.
co-hosting with me, Stoyn. It's a pleasure as always.
It was a pleasure. It was very nice.
And
Thank you for having me.
We'll see y'all next week for the weekly review. Take it easy. Keep it sleazy. Have good fun. Later, guys.
Bye bye, guys.